If you're tired of being censored on social media, join 6zeros.net. It's black owned, black operated, and black moderated, and we make sure it stays a safe space for us to talk about all things black culture. We also got some cool gear like the FDM cotton crew neck, the Fearless Ancestors tee, hats, and more. Check us out at 6zeros.net. Hey girl, why are you so sad?
I just got banned from Twitter again.
Should have been on 6zeros.net. Ah.
Tick faster. That'll be the hour they knock the slick blaster. Dick dastardly, a monthly with sick laughter. A gunfight and they come to cut the mix master. And living the true gods. Giving y'all nothing but the lick like two broads. Got more lyrics than the church got ooh lords. And they hold the mic at your attention like two swords. Or you the one with two blades on it. Hey you, don't touch the mic like it's AIDS on it.
All right, welcome once again to the beatzillapdx official show. I am your host, beatzillapdx officially, and we need to get right into it. First off, let me get this on here. Let me show some. There we go. So let me get that off of here. So first off, let me say what we are doing today, and let me get right on into it. We are talking about, wow, you gotta be kidding, I ain't got it up here. We are talking about white privilege, American style. We are definitely going to have to talk about white privilege, American style, because that has been the kind of the topic of the week. And, so we have to talk about it. So let me get that back on there. So let's get that off the screen here. Bring myself back here. All right, there we go. All right, so my lighting's right. Hopefully I'm bright enough here. Hopefully you can see me well enough. It's kind of janky, but let me see who I got in the chat. Pride Bentley, welcome. Hey. Shawana Stevens, Judah Queen, surprise. Tanya Zion, Aboriginal Woman, 61. Dominique Devereaux, Louise, Desmond Works, absolutely. You are very much welcome for the support, brother. Queen Adia in the house. All right. Well, thank you all for being here so far. Please hit the like and share button as you come in. And if you have not already subscribed to this platform, please do so right now by hitting the subscribe button. One who cares, welcome. Silent D Productions. Yes, indeed. And as of today, I'm going to start doing something new. So some of you might have noticed, if you are already subscribed to this platform, you have probably didn't notice, but you at this point must be a subscriber of this channel to be active in this chat. So if you want to have your comments seen within the chat, you must hit the subscribe button and join this platform. And then you can enter into the chat and join the conversation that way. All right. You know what? I am bleeding, ain't I? I got bit by a spider right on my face. I can't, I get spider bites. It's crazy. Anybody know about like what draws spiders to people? Spiders, it's crazy. You know what I was told though when I went to the doctor? They was like, "Oh, you got that good blood." It's like, well, I'm not a drug user, so I guess that helps. They're like, yeah, you clearly haven't done drugs. You're no. Which is so crazy. When you go to the doctor, they just assume every black man has a long history of hard drug use. Weirdo. You know what I'm saying? You need to get that checked out. You know what? It's spiders live in castles. Yes, that's very true. Uh, for some reason, we have very high ceilings in this place. So yeah, but we are here nonetheless. We are going to make it do what it do. Spider bite nonetheless. Brandon Cruz sings. Welcome, welcome. So let's see. Where do I want to go first? You know what? First, let's hit. I want to hit this little piece first because it's a real short clip. Uh, whew. Okay, so for those of y'all who know me and have been in conversations with me before, you know that I talk about these challenges that they put out here, like the TikTok challenges and whatnot. How they get people to start, like you do the face rearrange and those type of deals. Well, what it seems to do is it puts all of these different nuances about people's faces, mannerisms, thinking. All of these things go into a big algorithm or system. Uh, let's say if you were hypothetically, if you were looking to compile enough data to create artificial intelligence, you would have to give it enough information to process thought against one thing or another. So that means it needs varied opinion and very different in all different aspects of life, really. You see what I'm saying? So, this is one of those results I believe has came about all of these newfangled doohickeys. Y'all check this out. Cut that music off. But I think we're seeing what we need to see here. Let's play that one more time. B Mick, what's going on? What's going on? Man, I know that's right. Yikes. For real. You see all of that? Um, that's troubling. You're going to have to buy a baseball bat. Good grief. That is troubling. So when you see these challenges and all of these different random things coming out, family, do not participate, please, because it all goes into an algorithm letting people know all the nuances of your movements, your gestures, your mannerisms. What do they need all of that for? I'm just saying. Right. Who would want to appear that way? That appearance is drunk or an addict. Exactly. Like the Beetlejuice or what's the other the first Men in Black, the dude, that's what that remind me of. It's like, But if it can do that, and then you seen all these other things that flipping around and doing, yeah, you put two and two together, that's a little just for how my mind works. I see down the road. What what's the the end game development strategy plan for this? I mean, does somebody want to know, Jess, what are you planning on doing with this? Considering how you got all these different robots can jump around and hit flips and all this other kind of madness. It's just, something that might be a little worrisome. Mm, mm, mm, mm, mm, mm. Lord. Yeah. So, yeah, family, Ixnay on the challenges. Dark skinned brother. Oh, you three this time. All right, brother. All right. I know how it is out here in these YouTube streets. CH464. Welcome, welcome. I know how it is out here. You know? Good grief. When you out here telling the truth, they tend to get bothered. And again, moderators in other groups, oh, you best believe, man. They know who y'all is. You dig? And y'all, a lot of y'all are moderators for big platforms as well. This is a small platform, y'all. But man, y'all known out there in these YouTube streets. These people know who you is. For real. So, next little tidbit of news. In football news, we have the latest black coach hiring besides Lovie Smith. This fella here. So I guess with the whole Brian Flores lawsuit thing, they had to go. Do a little damage control. So this is how they figured they would do it. With a person who, for all intents and purposes, it almost seems like when you tell me how y'all receive this when y'all see this, but it almost seems like this dude is just now recently having to deal with the fact of him being black publicly. So let's see what he has to say. Tell me what y'all think.
The truth, this idea of identifying as something, I think people identify me as something, but I identify as a human being. And my dad's black, so whatever you want to call it. I know there's a lot of people with a shared experience, but it doesn't make, it's weird that it comes up because I've just tried to be a good person, and I think my background opens my eyes a little bit. I don't have any real experience with racism because, I think you identify me as something close to, I don't know. But I know my mom experienced it when she married my dad. I know my dad experienced it, and that's in my family. But I guess that makes me a human being that can identify with other people's problems.
I know question.
Well, Miami Dolphins, it looks like you guys are starting off on the right foot. All of you clear-cut black brothers over there representing all of that melanin in South Florida, you now run out to the field with a guy who, I don't know, it's kind of weird to me that I don't even have to know how I identify. This whole identifying thing is kind of weird to me. I don't know what it means. I mean, identifying, what does that mean? I don't know. I'm confused. Wow. Well, if your dad's black, buddy, you're black. Contrary to what Cynthia G just recently said, which was kind of weird, And she's saying that nowhere in biology, because she's saying how in our black community, for some reason, this dogma that black people have to believe that you are what your father is. Does anybody here know what the actual etymology of genealogy is? Because she actually said nowhere in biology is this fact ever proven. Again, I'll just ask, does anybody know the etymology of the word genealogy? The study of genes would be the study of what? You could break it down to one word. Sperm. In correct pronunciation, it would be sperma in Latin. If you're going to determine genealogy without the core word, the principal root meaning of it, I don't know how you could possibly do it. Whew, wow, man. Win for the smart section there. Lord. People go, oh, she's doing, oh, that's work. Alrighty. She's nuts. She should go away with her Zaddy. Well, the problem is Zaddy don't want her. She's good for a romp. She's not good for they're not they'll come slum with her. They don't want there's nothing she can offer that. And I mean, she's a funny voiced chick with alopecia that is a horrible choice in wigs. You know how many women I know that have had alopecia, stone cold bald, but they wigs don't look like cancer patient wigs, like the free wigs they give cancer patients that can't afford, because I went to school with a girl that had cancer in 6th grade. So, they was giving her them old women wigs. Oh man, it was all bad. Now, I mean, of course, wigs have came a long way since when I was in 6th grade, but you better know it. Lord. So let me Jesus. And again, family, if you have not subscribed to this channel and wondering why you cannot, there's no option for you to enter into the comment section, is because you have not subscribed. So if you subscribe right now, you can instantly enter into the chat and participate into the conversation. Now you can definitely ghost follow, but you just won't be participating in the chat. So, genealogy. Yes, indeed. See, there you go. There we go. Thank you, Queen Adia. Genealogy, early 14. C. The line of descent, pedigree, descent, tracking of family, generations, descent. 1768, study of family trees. For all of y'all that want to listen to Cynthia G, I mean, it ain't nothing but a quick Google. It ain't nothing but a quick Google. Oh, she got to know what she's talking about. It ain't nothing but a quick Google. Didn't have to just take my word for it. See, she just went and looked it up. See, now I'm proven to know what I'm talking about. See? See how that works? That's what I'm saying. If you're going to be in these spaces, then you definitely need to be, able to give people that information to where they can go research it, look it up. Because, I mean, I know, man, some of y'all are so super savvy on this searching, on the researching in the things, man. Boy, y'all amaze me. So I know that, there's, if I could put it out there, y'all can find it. So now there's too much access to information freely at this point. So let's go to this next story here, because this is what's so funny. And I played stuff from these people before, The Hill, because they really tend to sway very, very, very, very much right and conservative. However, when it comes to us, all of a sudden the liberal angle of people all of a sudden starts oozing to the surface. All of a sudden, the one side sounds the same as the other side. You know what I mean? And again, we are going to get to white privilege American style. And here's some more of that, because here's what can be done to foundational Black Americans here. We can be referred to as such low lives as to where racial equality for us could break down into free smoking kits. Now, this isn't a smoking kit as per se. They're going to alleviate your Swisher Sweet or your backwoods bill. Oh no, they're not talking about buying you blunts and zigzags. No, no, no, no. They have actual glass pipes and wipes and different rubber mouthpieces that you can put on this glass pipe to smoke a myriad of drugs. However, the one drug that you wouldn't be smoking out of that pipe would be marijuana. So they're not even considering marijuana to even rate in this emergency kit, this safe smoking kit. So with that being said, with this glass pipe that can be used for meth, or it can be used for breaking down your opioid pills, or it could be used for smoking crack. I have to legitimately preface it by saying, no, it's technically not giving out free crack pipes, because you can technically smoke more than crack through those drugs, through that drug paraphernalia that they are making accessible. So no, be clear. No, it is not a crack pipe alone. It is a crack and a meth and a pill smoking pipe. So be clear on that. I just want to make sure I'm not giving out any misinformation about what's going on here. So you too can enjoy your meth or smoke your crushed up pills or smoke your crack on Joe Biden. So let's go ahead and look at this story and see how they'll try to dance around the obvious truth of what it is. Because if you have a free smoking kit with a pipe in it and it can smoke crack, then one can say, oh, well, that's a crack pipe. Hey, no, it's not a crack pipe. You can smoke meth through it too. This is what they think of us in America, family. And y'all voted for something. And I know all of y'all by now have heard that cat that called into Tariq Wednesday. Man, it's still better than Trump. It's still better than Trump, because Trump open racist. Like I said, the next thing, this dude, he totally is going to show up for the Biden party pack, the chicken, the 2-piece. You're going to get the Biden 2-piece with the Kamala Indian spice lemonade. Oh my goodness. Check this out, y'all.
over the Biden administration giving out crack pipes to drug users under his agenda to advance racial equality. Fox News has been covering it on nearly every show. Twitter has been up in arms. Here's Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn tweeting, "End government-funded crack pipes." Here's Tariq Nasheed, a known provocateur and self-described race baiter, tweeting, "Instead of giving foundational Black Americans constructive tangibles, Biden and Democrats are giving out crack pipes as a form of racial equality." Seriously. Now, this sounds totally insane. Admittedly, my first thought was, I understand why there are safe needle programs, because needles cause a number of other transmissible diseases. You don't want to be dealing with a hepatitis or an HIV problem on top of battling a drug addiction crisis. But a crack pipe? Are we at the point in the COVID-19 pandemic that we fear drug users will share pipes and contract the virus? That was my first initial reaction. But then I thought, this can't be real. And now with Jen Psaki saying it's misinformation, it's time for a fact check. So it turns out that it's not totally inaccurate and it's not totally accurate. Surprise, surprise. But it's definitely an overblown claim. And now that there's been a spotlight shined on the program, the White House has now clarified that the safe smoking kits will not include pipes. They will instead include things like alcohol wipes and plastic mouthpieces so people don't have to directly share pipes or cut their lips on sharp edges. So where
Now, of course, that actually has been proven to be false. So yes, the kits very much do have pipes in them. You know, you all need to start looking at that. What's the name? Jane Psaki, or whatever. The press secretary. Anybody watch Game of Thrones? Y'all better start looking at that woman as the Red Witch. She's just there to like, and to do that job, you have to be comfortable with lying fluently. You know what I mean? Hey, man, that's a perfect job for Judas Outlaw, ain't it? Peppermint Psaki. For real, though. For real. Oh, Lord. Misfits 1989. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. Oh, Lord. Yeah, you know, and again, for those who have tuned in Wednesday, for those of y'all who have seen, who watched Queen Amadiah's broadcast earlier, and she had to mention the Judas Outlaw situation. What's so ironic about that whole video, and then how, you know, so if you did see it, one thing I want you to be clear on, she had not seen my video yet. So when you see one person going in, it's completely independent from what I did the other night. So, I mean, there you have so much evidence of reality of the truth of the situation. And I mean, man, just look at how things work. So, I mean, you know, it is what it is. I think, you know, I have basically done what I needed to do to rectify my part in that situation, because it was never anything having to do with me. This person is hurt for having to be pretty much excommunicated for their own antics. So, unfortunately, I cannot entertain the energy of super Betamax outlaws, and, you know, we have to move forward from there. So, with that being said, this next little video, I think this is like this racist teacher, I think. Let me show you, make sure this.
Police turns out all they do is want to kill people. What? What about what? Africans. Africans, kill them! Literally, we should blow up the whole continent of Africa.
How do you feel about Germans?
Y'all are Nazis, but since y'all hate gay people and black people, I support. Hail. Hail Hitler! Honestly, Hitler was a pretty quality man, and he went out the right way by killing himself. I feel like I'd rather kill myself than be killed by a firing squad. Let's think of one else. Favorite N-word? Neighbor. Mexican.
White privilege, American style. See, these people can. This will be the same household that will turn around and be at a meeting talking about how we can't have any kind of critical race theory around our children. While you talking like this behind closed doors. So see, you don't want your current racism to be taught as even your historical racism while presently being blatantly racist. That is white privilege American style. So while all of the butthurt people have ran up on my TikTok up here crying and complaining about, well, I mean, what's more? I don't understand this post. Well, let's just entertain something here. Because see, this is the thread here, right? Well, let's just take a good look and see what's going on here in the world. What's wrong here? Well, look at there. You have the same people screaming about Joe Rogan has the right to express himself are banning books in our schools. Like I just said, the person you just seen is the same type of person. You did? And, truth be told, every time I see stuff like what I'm seeing on my TikTok, how all of these people are coming out here. Oh, well, man, this is just the stupidest post I've ever seen. Look at this cop over here to the right. Now, this is the cop that was over here beating this brother up, beating him, and got his neck, leg on his neck or whatever. Man, come on now. Now, here's Joe Rogan over here. Look at Joe Rogan. And look at who's next to him. We have Aaron Rodgers. So here's why the white supremacists are really upset this week. Because they had to look at this story and look at this post. And they're like still butthurt right now on TikTok because I put this on TikTok. And it says, so again, in just 1 week, American-style white privilege has proven its existence. And in this photo makes it clear on just how the system works. One can lie about the jab and become league MVP, and the other loses absolutely nothing over clear-cut racist comments. All right, family. Let's see some here. Okay, let me get that banner off because I want to read you some of these comments. And now let's be clear. Let me go out of there. Where's that at? Let me go into TikTok. Because y'all, these comments, they are so hurt. They are so hurt. So okay, this other one here. I don't have that other headline up here. But I also made a post about Joe Biden and how his detractors are declining. When people see black people post things with Joe Biden, oftentimes they obviously don't even stop to read it and pay attention to what's being said. I posted something with Al Sharpton, and the music is him. It's literally a video of him dancing to the track of "Here, Look at the Coons." But you have people that see it thinking I'm in support of Al Sharpton just because they see a black person's face and I'm putting out this video. It's literally got, look at the coons while he's dancing. And they're like, oh man, Al, and oh, then, well, you guys got Al. Well, okay. Jeez. So let's see. Let's go here and look at some of these comments on this Joe Rogan post. Let's see. Your ignorance is absolutely astounding. Somebody else, Bishop Springs says, yawn. And let's see. Dupler says, people like the creator of this need to get a real life. Now, mind you, this is this post. So they're all upset because, you know, where's the lie in this post? I mean, family? Is there is there a lie here? Let's see. What else? The hired killer says clear-cut racism. Then some other anonymous user says, weird how much Whoopi looks like Joe in that pic. Not sure how he did a roundabout to Whoopi Goldberg here, but he did. So weird how much Whoopi looks like Joe in that pic. That is the racist you were speaking of, isn't it? So now Whoopi Goldberg, who has absolutely zero ties to the black community, is all of a sudden the face of the black community for these people? Like, no. She's on television to talk to you and entertain you guys, not us. Then somebody else says, there's no such thing as white privilege. And then here's another person says, so disagreeing with someone's opinion equals racism. Good to know. And then somebody else says, neither lied. Get off your privilege bullshit ride. Do you see? I mean, and I showed you the post. It's just, all it is absolute lies, because there's no real way around my post other than just lying about it. Hiram X, what's going on, my brother? Welcome. So, you know, just looking at somebody, somebody asked, should we have made it a black MVP? I'm talking about white privilege American style. They're talking about, should we have made it a black MVP? Do you understand how far, you said you're reading the comments, Judah Queen. I mean, do you understand how far off these people are of the mark here? I mean, it's amazing. And then, you know, also so there's a lot of other ones too. Go in the corner and cry. Here's another one. How many people here, and it's spelled like HEAR, how many people here voted for the guy that has made much worse comments and is now sending drug kits to minorities? Nobody here. Not like we're Biden fans over here. See how they do, though? Because they're so detached from our community. All they can think of is Democrat and talk. So when they can't talk to us with the whole right, left conversation, they are lost. So if you go on my TikTok and look at this, you'll see so many people trying to find a way to even create an argument over my post. And so far, all they have done is bicker back and forth with each other. Because I haven't responded to anybody, because the post itself is self-explanatory. For those of us in this space, we fully understand what that means. We know what we're seeing. And just to add more proof of that, let me show you this. Let me show you this. So this is from Twitter. Nicole's View posted this on Twitter, I think yesterday. And just to let you know, and just watch how their witch hunt for Bill Cosby and how long ago all of these people were going through all of this hassle trying to knock Bill Cosby off. And so let me give you a little backstory real quick. For those of you who are probably under the age, I'll say under the age of 30, you were definitely not around for the Cosby era. So what was going on? Cosby was number one for 6 straight seasons. And so the 7th season premiere, the only thing that they could do TV-wise was to look at The Simpsons' viability, and they moved The Simpsons from Sundays to Thursdays. The Simpsons was the only other biggest program on TV at the time. Now, they had their moment. Here's the problem. You know what originally was in that spot? Martin. They initially put Martin up against Cosby. That didn't work. So they took their big shot, and so they took animation and then paired animation up with Martin. So they moved Martin in a half hour back. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but so what I'm about to show you, just to let you know the links that these people have been going through just to get Bill Cosby. It's insane.
Simpson is no longer an underachiever, and he's proud of it. And that has Bill Cosby scowling on Entertainment Tonight for Friday, October 12th, 1990.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Mary Hart.
And I'm John Tesh. The hype has been building for weeks. It was a fight for Thursday nights at 8. In one corner was longtime ratings champion Bill Cosby. In the other, the kid, Bart Simpson. And by the final bell, the kid had made the grade.
I know it's asking a lot, but if anyone can do it, you can.
The Simpsons prayed for a miracle and got it. In the overnight ratings of 24 major markets, the animated show's season premiere beat out The Cosby Show by a small margin. The Simpsons had a gigantic publicity push behind it, which may account for the lead, says John Mandel of Gray Advertising.
I don't think there was a child alive that didn't know Simpsons was on and probably defected from Cosby in droves.
The Simpsons episode featuring underachiever Bart learning to study defeated the Cosby episode centering on new character cousin Pam. But don't count Cosby out, says Betsy Frank of Saatchi & Saatchi.
I think that it's too soon to write off The Cosby Show. Cosby is still, even in its 7th season, very strong with a much broader audience than The Simpsons.
The Simpsons producers admit it will be a tough battle ahead, but they are still very happy, according to co-executive producer Sam Simon.
It's just very exciting. Nobody ever thought we could, even do what we did last night. It was beyond anyone's wildest expectations.
Another kind of reaction to The Simpsons' success comes from Tom Shales of The Washington Post.
The Simpsons somehow seems a much more 90s show. The Cosbys we associate with the 80s, and this is kind of a way of saying goodbye, I guess.
Well, those were the results in the 24 key television markets around the country. In the overall national numbers, The Cosby Show edged out The Simpsons by 1/10 of a rating point.
1/10 of a rating point. And look how fast they were celebrating. Oh, man, it's the end of an era. The Simpsons is not any kind of poster child of any type of American family other than an American family in animation. Bart Simpson is still, 8 years old, 9 years old now? I mean, you have people who grew up as a kid that have kids that are older than what Bart Simpson is still supposed to be on this cartoon. I mean, how is that even being compared to a Bill Cosby? Here's the other thing about white privilege. When white privilege feels threatened and does stuff like that, and it will spend buku bucks to assert its dominance, shall we say. And that is the system of white supremacy. That's absolutely how it works. That's how it's always worked. Nothing is changing now until we make it change the way it needs to be changed. You dig it? So yes. That overweight Brian being gleeful about the Cosby Show being the end. It should have been worried about getting a damn neck. CH464. I mean, but look how pleased he was. And you talking about a tenth of that's not a lot. So a tenth of a point, you're barely beating the Cosby Show. What you bragging about? You know what I mean? They out here, oh yeah, man, we done arrived. Stop it. So I look at it like this. When you have people out here that are going to be doing hit pieces like Kamau Bell and all these other random morons that will come out here and start defending garbage, but then it'll attack a person like Cosby for these people. Now, here's the prime example. These people have the perfect opportunity to put their money where their mouth is. Instead, they are dead silent when it comes down to there's no suspension, there's no removal of Joe Rogan and all of this. And the most that they could do is remove what he had based off of the jab. That's about it. You feel me? So he was speaking bad about the jab. Okay, well, yeah, we could talk about that. But just like I played for y'all the other day. Well, it's not really a big deal. You got these black folks talking stupid out here trying to make excuses for people using slurs against us when it's never, ever okay against any other group. Well, then it needs to also stop being okay used against us. But unfortunately, we have way too many problems in-house. One of our problems in-house is we just absolutely okay way too much shit. And I think a large part of it is a desperate need of acceptance, I guess. Family, let me turn this off. Look at this. Look at this. White privilege American style. Kim Kardashian channels her inner black woman for Vogue magazine's March issue. She channels her inner black woman? And look at the hair on the second. Who is she? Nina Simone? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Is that not a spin off of one of the Nina Simone's pictures? I mean, this is insane. Meanwhile, while she's busy appropriating, and she's done some things cool, doesn't make you black, this is still going on here. Now, while everybody is up here talking about, oh man, fake privilege, and I don't know about what white privilege is, buddy. Oh man, dude, you guys just need to learn how to get over and pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Well, here's one thing you might want to take into consideration. Police shot dead a record 1,055 people last year, the highest number in 7 years. What coincides with that timeline? So under 1 year under Biden and those years under Obama, black people killed at twice the rate as white. Twice the rate. When we still make up less of the population, I don't know how one would look at that number and say, well, that ain't genocide. What other thing could possibly show you that a person is targeting you for genocide? Oh, murdering your young. Yeah. Yeah, that'll accomplish that. That'll knock that right on out the park, won't it? Meanwhile, you got black folks over here caping for people like this. And, hey, man, that dude's not a racist, man. He may have just said nigga a few times, man, but he's not really racist. I mean, I know this guy, man. He's friends. We're good friends, man. When people say they good friends and they be knowing people like this, typically there is more to than meets the eye about their relationship. I'm not sure what. Oh. I mean, I ain't saying one thing or the other, but I mean, who knows, I'm just saying, with all that caping, it might be a little bit of this going on. Hey, he's my friend. Like, where'd y'all meet? Oh, okay, that's how y'all know each other. Gotcha. Yep, that's how they know each other. Go on with your bad self. Get down. But I mean, man, at the end of the day,
every time I have always played the fool.
I mean, man, it could be hella rough out there for people, man. You got to make sure you keep your nose clean out here, family. Oh, Lord. And, again, I got to also say, see, a lot of y'all, these people that are out here caping for Joe Rogan, man, y'all, this boxer who paints his toes, this Nigerian boxer did his press conference at UFC. All of these people are caping for these people. And it's just don't make no damn sense. Actually, before I even play this boxer, I got to play this first. I got to play this first, family. And then we'll go into the boxer. But this...
Joe Rogan's footage, and I'm not trying to defend him or anybody else that makes a mistake or that says some things that who they're around allow them to say the things. I've never heard him say it around me, so I wouldn't be the witness to it. But here's my thing about Joe Rogan and all of us. The higher you get in this business, the more your past may be.
Yeah.
And that's my past. I believe he can evolve like Howard Stern evolved. And we have to get him to evolution to use that power for good and evolve as a person and admit I was immature.
On the next episode.
Howard Stern evolved? When? Evolved? Woo! Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And why can't black folks just get together? Because of people like her. And this is why we can't fool with all of our non-FBA people, because some people are like this dude here. Everybody else who's down with the B1 in the diaspora, shout out to you. Y'all are in good standing with me. But this dude got to go.
Let me take this one. Hold up. I'm black. I can take this one. Look.
What were...
No. There's a lot of cunts in this game. There's a lot of snakes in this game. I've been in this fight game since 2008. And Joe Rogan is one of the nicest, coolest, humble motherfuckers I've had the pleasure of working with. Understand that. And you know, it's just, fuck the noise, man. You know what they're trying to do. You can't control the man, and he's got the biggest platform in the world right now. So that's my nigga, Joe Rogan. Fuck the noise.
Excuse me, y'all. When I see that, you know what comes to mind?
That nigga is guilty!
Sir, settle down. You have to go deliberate.
I don't need to deliberate. Hang that nigga now. I got the rope right here.
Every time I have always played the fool.
Good grief. Egregious cooning. Now, I just need somebody to tell me, what is the difference between Joe Rogan and people like...
Anybody got a microphone? Anyone got a microphone?
Lord, savages. And ain't nobody getting no real time. Nobody getting no real time at all. Never forget January 6, 2021. I'm telling you. Because at the end of the day, we saw what it was. And these people came straight up out of here. And they're still trying to talk about them in like some kind of safe manner, like they weren't actual terrorists. Yes, they were. And this show, once again, is about white privilege, American style. Now, here's the thing that, if you guys caught Tina Berry earlier, she was playing a video from a brother that was talking about how in older America, during slavery and the slave codes, how black folks weren't even allowed to be Christian. So fast forward to now, this brother just posted this video, I think yesterday, on his Instagram. And fast forward to now, for the people who forced Christianity on to the slaves and to the masses and to the world, just look how they actually follow it themselves. Let's see what goes on here.
Who attended. His name is Chris Harden, and he stood up to this mob and proved that they're dripping in hypocrisy. How'd he do it? Well, Chris Harden burned a book of his own, but it was a very particular book that the individuals who organized this book burning did not really appreciate. Let's watch.
Keeping my copy of Darwin's Origin of Species in Fahrenheit 451. Woohoo! Praise Satan! Woohoo! Hail Satan! Hail to his strength and power! Woo!
What did I tell you about their religion? What did I tell you about their religion? Told you their religion is Satan worship. Straight up. The religion of white supremacy is Satan worship. A lot of people don't really know that or understand that or having hard times of coming to grips with that. Esmont, welcome, welcome. Demon Babble, I'll say, oh my goodness. Oh, his strong power. What are these people about? Power. See, just see how I broke down this thing that was going on the other day with Super Beta Max Outlaw, you know, aka Judas Outlaw, you know, Super Beta Max Outlaw. People be out here calling themselves alpha males, like you're clearly not. But you know, even dealing with that, you have to. They don't know who Judah is. Wrong, Hiram. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Wrong, Hiram. Yeah, that's exactly why they're burning that book. Yeah, they're not just burning the Bible, they're burning the book of Judah. Oh no, they know exactly who that represents. See, the big mystery is that black folks have refused to hear it. They out there hailing Satan because of it. Can't tell black folks shit. Why? Because we also black. What do we know? Now, you know, as we start moving into further progressive spaces and black folks enjoy listening to other black folks' intelligence, then, you know, and you learn how to trust what black folks actually know and experience, then, you know, we can go forward. No, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of clout chasing liars out here. But again, prove what I say by what I say. You could research it yourself. You could prove that information. If I don't know what I'm talking about, you can prove me wrong. You know, I'm not one of those that'll block somebody because you asked me a question about what I said. Yeah, some people do. Then turn around and call themselves, I'm a leader of this, I'm a leader of that. Well, then you got to answer some questions, leader. Block. It is what it is. So, with that being said, let's see. There is something else. What do I need to play for y'all next? Because, family, there's see, in the new black media space, we have made so much noise that remember when I told y'all what maybe this time last year, beware of the grassroots COINTELPRO tactics. They're back at it again. They are back at it again. And this one almost slipped through the cracks. I just happened to find this and said, wait a minute, this happened a few days ago. Huh. Funny. And they just going to try to ease their way on in the back door like, hold on, who's you? But we'll get there yet. We not there yet. We not there yet. We first still have something to show you. See what I'm going to do next. Play this. Because I found this this little piece. No, that's not right. Wait a minute. Okay, that's what that's supposed to be. And while I'm getting this, please hit the like button if you have not already. Well, I guess y'all have. I think everybody's going to hit the like button. If you are coming into this broadcast, please hit the like button.
Is like one of the most exported products in the entire world. So I'm just gonna see, like, clout chasing doesn't even make sense. I feel like Black Americans, we are comfortable in our culture, we are proud of our culture, we don't want to be anything else but Black American. And I feel like people have so much access to like us and like our culture and our food and our language and our clothing, our fashion, our music. And I feel like we forget that because it gets painted as like American culture, when American culture is Black culture minus like slavery and like and like colonization, terrorism, or whatever. And I think that people have so much access to our culture that it's been essentially diluted in a sense to where like you can't differentiate, like not differentiate, but like it's become like more of like a pop culture.
And she's right. At the end of the day, what the sister is expressing is ultimate exploitation of her culture, of her community, which in turn is of our entire history here in America. And because of the system of white privilege, especially the American style white privilege, which is the system that undergirds systematic white supremacy, it always looks to make sure that the foundation of this capitalist country remains the foundation of it, meaning always at the bottom. Why? Because nobody on the planet can compete with us in a fair, equal, balanced situation. This much is being proven by all of the laws that have been put in place against Black people in America's history. See, they're talking about, well, nobody was around slavery and all of this. What difference does that make for a wrong being righted that a government has went through great lengths to put? This is a society thing. So yes, American white privilege, you are absolutely 100% trash as a society, as a whole. You have never once ever stepped into the situation of rectifying your wrongs, to whom you have perpetuated your hatred on nonstop. Now, what you have a problem with now is that we are now closing the gates even to your plants, to which will not give you the same smoke. So this is why you always want these other people close to us, because they ain't fighting the same way we know how to. I'm a foundational Black American. My blood is here in this soil, and there's just certain shit I ain't never gonna take up off these people. They don't have that at all. I don't care how dark and melanated you are. If you ain't got it in here and you ain't willing to ride and die for yours, then you can't walk with me. Not saying I'm against you or anything like that. No, not in the least. You're by no means an enemy. But what you cannot do is put me in harm's way by being in the way. And when I say by being in the way, you cannot be a hindrance. You can't be a repetitive problem. And, if you are, then for me, I make myself abundantly clear coming in the door. I don't do mess. So if I see mess, exit stage left with me. I have no problem with sitting you down. None. Done been through way too much playing the games with anybody's feelings. You don't like what I said? Too damn bad. Because I'm not operating in the spirit of confusion, and I'm not operating in the spirit of anger. I'm doing this as a labor of love. So if you can't grasp a hold of the concept of where I'm coming from, well, then, hey, I don't know what to tell you, Judas. But here's the biggest thing that you should always learn from me is I'm never fake. That's why it's so easy for me to be able to say what I can say and do what I do, because I could be vouched for, because I don't look to do wrong to other people. I don't even know what that thought process is. That's not a defense mechanism. But here's something else you also said. You said you walk in the dark and you walk in the light. That means you're neither hot nor cold. You basically described yourself in being in a consistent state of limbo mentally and spiritually, which means you ain't nothing but chaos. That's real easy to see. Now let's go ahead and break down the actions if that's really true. How many bridges have I watched you burn? While being a spectator. While still being lied to about what's going on. Didn't have to bust you out because it really didn't have anything to do with me. Now, I can also see how your nature is. So am I going to allow you to get close to my shit? Absolutely not. And I think you should already have known that from the first mistake that you made in the first place. Oh, no. The door over here to this land is closed. Now, I can deal with you over here, but as far as coming in this gate, no. No. We have to keep that separate. Why? Because you don't know how to keep your affairs separate from one another. So you'll spend time up under somebody while telling them that you're not cool with somebody whom you're talking to all the time, and they are at clashes. So you right there became the messy bitch. But out of your own mouth.
Every time I have always played the fool.
So there it is. But like I said, anybody talking about, I walk in the light and I walk in the dark. You literally describing Baphomet, but talking about you over here. And you've been sitting up here putting all this wicked ass energy over here with these people praying. Super beta demon. Good grief. While you out here just lusting over other people are really trying to get something more. But like you said, hey, we out there trying to get this check. Other people just trying to get some clout. What check you looking to get from? With TikTok or YouTube or from the 3 Minutes Smoker, the Smoker Chronicles? Yikes. But I ain't really going in. Once again, family, this is the weekly wrap up. We will be right back continuing with tonight's show.
Tick faster. That'll be the hour they knock the slick blaster. Dick dastardly, a Muttley with sick laughter. A gunfight and they come to cut the mix master. And living the true gods. Giving y'all nothing but the lick like two broads. Got more lyrics than the church got ooh lords. And they hold the mic at your attention like two swords. Or you the one with two blades on it. Hey you, don't touch the mic like it's AIDS on it.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. So let's get into the Joe Rogan piece. Get that up here. Let me get that up here. And Judah Queen, are you still in the chat? Judah Queen, are you still in the chat? Oh, Lord, I got something for you. I got something for you.
Bak profesör, kızın kripton taşını hele bir getirmesin. Şu makineyi görüyor musun? İkiye bölerim seni. Bırakın oyunu be!
So, family, this is this is a production that I was actually able to find off of old Judas Outlaw reel. So this is a Judas Outlaw production on a Super Beta Max. Nichelle Hargrave, welcome. And so this is the production of Superman. See, this is the difference between saying you're authentic and being authentic. You know, somehow it seems like it's easy to determine the difference when you see the real. I mean, you know, we're being here in America, we know the difference between real MCU and this Super Beta Max production here by Judas Outlaw. Now, you know, man, sometimes you know you gotta just ingest all of the fakery to see just how fake some things are. You dig? I mean, because, wow, this. Did you see the knife bend? Uh-oh. He got the blue. He gonna stare at you. See, it's his. See, what they're trying to mimic is American-style white privilege. And this is what's being mimicked right here is American-style white privilege. Oh, Lord. Oh, they done knocked him out. I wonder how it'll all work out. Boy, oh, boy. Boy, hopefully Superman's all right there. Might have to check back in on him later. Ooh-wee. So let's go. Let's for sake of argument, let's give the Joe Rogan because people have said, hey, you know, he was taken out of context and blah blah blah. Well, let's just here's the longer version for context.
Go to there. So I go, you got to go to one where there's Planet of the Apes, man. We're going to go see Planet of the Apes. So I look on the iPhone app, and it says, okay, take me to this one. And the guy goes, okay. I go, is that in a good neighborhood? He's like, oh, yeah. Guy barely speaks English. He takes us there. We get out, and we're giggling. Oh, we're going to go see Planet of the Apes. We walk into Planet of the Apes. We walked into Africa, dude. We walked in the door, and there was no white people. Planet of the Apes didn't take place in Africa. That was a racist thing for me to say. But you see what I'm saying. What I'm saying is...
Flies automatically stuck to your head.
Yeah.
Now, where was the joke? Because this dude is just chuckling his ass off, right? Where's the joke? What is actually funny right now? You know what I'm saying? Racist jokes. Remember, the Klan was a racist joke. Jim Crow was a racist joke. It became a real thing, and real Black Death came of it.
What happened is we walked into the blackest neighborhood we could find. I mean, there was literally no white people. It was amazing, and everybody was super cool. You know, it wasn't a negative experience. And this is something I wrote on Twitter, that we all went to see Planet of the Apes in a black neighborhood, an experience I highly recommend.
Really?
Okay, so you still actually here's the problem. He actually only apologizes to Africans half-heartedly. But as far as the African American foundational Black Americans that he was actually in the theater with because he was in their neighborhood, he ain't apologized to them people at all. See, that was a little slick move if y'all didn't catch that. So, since people, well, he's not really racist, let me show you the difference of what you're saying and what I can expose. So let's just back up a bit.
The door, and there was no white people. There was no white people. Planet of the Apes didn't take place in Africa. He's like, oh yeah. So anyway, we can't go to there. So I go, you got to go to one where there's Planet of the Apes, man. We're going to go see Planet of the Apes. So I look on the iPhone app, and it says, okay, take me to this one. And the guy goes, okay. I go, is that in a good neighborhood? He's like, oh yeah. Guy barely speaks English. He takes us there. We get out, and we're giggling. Oh, we're going to go see Planet of the Apes. We walk into Planet of the Apes. We walk.
Now, if that is not immediately relating black people to apes, what does that mean? What the hell does that mean? Racist and xenophobic. So watch him clean up the xenophobia. He doesn't clean up the racism. He cleans up the xenophobia.
Walked into Africa, dude. We walked in the door, and there was no white people. There was no white people. Planet of the Apes didn't take place in Africa. That was a racist thing for me to say.
That's actually a dig, family, if you didn't catch that. So that's a double down on calling black folks apes, monkeys. Basically, that's the what that is the silent way of calling us stupid ends. He walked into Planet of the Apes. First off, you are immediately relating black folks to apes. How did you get there to black folks being like monkeys? All right.
You see what I'm saying? What I'm saying is,
flies automatically stuck to your head.
Yeah, what happened?
Well, if it automatically went into your head that you were in the Planet of the Apes when you walk into a room full of black people, doesn't that actually tell you are inherently racist? Doesn't that tell you that? I walked into a room full of black folks. I felt like I was in a room full of monkeys. Hey, I ain't racist. I mean, good grief. Boy, you porch monkeys are so sensitive. I tell you what, you goons just don't know how to take a joke. I'm what? Have I even gotten a minute in? Is this a minute? 38 seconds. 38 seconds, and he's already threw out repetitive anti-black insults while not using the N-word. This ain't the N-word. I'm just breaking down to you all the anti-blackness that he's talking about because everybody wants to say, he's not anti-racist. Yes, the hell he is.
We walked into the blackest neighborhood we could find. I mean,
okay, apes, blackest, apes, black, apes, black, apes, black, black apes, Planet of the Apes. Walked into Africa, walked into the Planet of the Apes. There was not any white people around with the rhesus monkey gene. There was no bob-tailed pink toes off up in here. It was just me and my buddies. Good grief. All them monkeys up the wall. Monkeys was climbing them walls, but that rhesus gene came straight out the surface. We're going to climb this wall. Stop the steal. And you know they're talking about now that that's a cult. Yeah, by Roman McCrae. When I was telling y'all that all of these white supremacists are subscribed to this dude's philosophy, I wasn't lying. Now they over there. One dude who was there talking about stop the steal, now they got him out there like, oh no, they're a cult. All of you are on this genocide kick with this dude. Cut it out. Just because the one thing about this Roman McCrae dude is he goes out of his way to identify the nuances in the difference of white people. How many people you ever seen do that? So he was like, oh, we're not the same. Not every white person's white. Oh, all right then, brother.
There was literally no white people. It was amazing. And everybody was super cool. You know, it wasn't a negative experience. And this is something I wrote on Twitter, that we all went to see Planet of the Apes in a black neighborhood, an experience I highly recommend. Really? And all these fucking people started calling me a racist. I mean, dozens of Twitter people, dude, I didn't know you were racist. Fuck you. Like, black people were saying fuck.
Okay, here's the problem I have for all of these douchebags. Because here, right again, is showing your contempt for black people. It's so ingrained in you to be disrespectful to black people. You can't understand, but see, you can't understand what's wrong by the standards of your respect for these people. What you're missing is the fact that you don't have any respect for these people. You are still on some old Neanderthal, old American type thing, understanding that you were kind of in the early stages of your rising. Well, now you know you're on the end days of it. And you guys are still over here trying to tell people that we ain't hearing what we're hearing. No, you in a new day. This is a new day and age. We hearing exactly what we're hearing. The blinders are off. If you didn't know, our ears are unstopped, unclogged. We're hearing and seeing you very clear. And oh, by the way, if you didn't know, that's why the rest of the world is telling you so, because they also see that too. So here's the whole point. If the rest of the world made a pact and benefited off of that one particular book that I just showed you a minute ago, that they were worried about burning and hailing Satan, then I think somebody out there might want to worry about being in good standing with who got next. So I'm seeing things happening around the world, which tells me there's a greater power out there that these people do truly fear. But the one thing about it is, if we are children of that power, the best way to preserve their position is to keep us severed from it. Now we have these Cheryl Underwood coons and these Nigerian coons and all of these other coons and these homegrown Jesse Lee Peterson coons and our coons from the Caribbean like Candace Owens and Roland Martin. All of these boule coons to get up here, these do-nothing congressional black butter biscuit catfish nugget eaters. All they can do is tell us a bunch of garbage. Marley K, hey, welcome, glad you made it. And, you know, with all of that we're seeing, these people have the nerve to be upset that I'm pointing out. You have, okay, just put it to you this way. If it was Patrick Mahomes instead of Aaron Rodgers that was in the same position, would he have still made league MVP? And so people are over here telling us, well, that's not white privilege. Okay, here's Nick Cannon had to spend some money, if I remember correctly. He never said anything negative about the Little Hat people. He just reiterated and doubled down on what the truth that Minister Farrakhan gave in his speech in the Criterion, which was a speech for the world, true indeed, but it was also a speech specifically to Black Americans. Why do everybody think they can sit up here and dictate to us who our leaders are, who we listen to, who we follow, and what we should believe? I'll tell you why. Because they have no respect for you. Anybody that comes to you like that has zero respect for you. None. So when they starting to say, well, all of these people are coming disrespectful, are you Black Joe Rogan? No. So here's the moment where the moment of clarity for you. You've offended a whole nother group that you're not part of. What's important to you? To make sure that they no longer feel offended by what you did, or to now explain it away because you're a low-life piece of crap and you never actually meant to do right by these people in the first place, because this is the low level of respect you have for Black folk. I mean, it could be one of the two. I'm not saying you're a racist. I'm just saying you don't give a damn about Black people. Call that whatever you will. But here's the truth of the matter. Aaron Rodgers has never stood for anything social about Black folks. Matter of fact, it was quite the opposite. Same thing for Joe Rogan. Why do you think all of these people are coming to their defense right now? Because white privilege, and see, here's the one thing they want. They want to enjoy the spoils of white privilege without it ever being acknowledged and its existence being hidden or ignored or just straight lied away. What's that movie, The Usual Suspects? What do they say about Kaiser Sose? What did Kaiser Sose say? The greatest trick that the devil ever pulled off was making the world believe that he didn't exist. I call shenanigans. No, we very much know that the devil exists. The greatest trick that he proved or pulled off is convincing the world, and most of all, convincing us that the righteous no longer existed, and that these imposter righteous people who can't figure out how to even season chicken. Do y'all know in the desert in the Bible that they were even making hush puppies? And you mean to tell me that these people who eating gefilte fish are the same folks that was in that desert? You got to be kidding me. Yeah, and I mean, we're talking, and then you got these people that come in these spaces where clearly Moses couldn't have been Black. Man, okay. I bet, because here's what white folks out here trying to say now. Well, you know, we still benefit from the sun. The sun hates you. Stop it. Rosacea is a form of leprosy. So the fact that you were up even saying, oh man, now we get vitamin D. Vitamin D brings out your leprosy. If you didn't know, that is a very ancient curse. See, if you want to know the truth about who you are, look at the truth about your enemy. Understand what they believe. There's a reason why they are so. Another thing about them slave codes, they wouldn't let three or more slaves sit there and talk together. They break that up. Why? Because where two or more are gathered. I mean, but hey, man, we're not them people, man. We got to be something else. We are crustacean people from another planet.
You, I'm like, listen, man, I am saying it was a positive experience.
Yeah, it was
I
a
said
party,
I highly
right?
recommend it, and it was a Black neighborhood. And we get in there, right, and we're so giggly high. We're like, oh my god, we're so high. And then I realized, like, whoa, everyone's Black here. Like, well, I mean, everyone's Black here. This is crazy. And then a bunch of people recognize me, and they start want to taking pictures, and it's all good. Everybody's cool and friendly, cool as shit. Like this guy goes, yo, man, I don't.
You know how bad that is? And that's not bad on his part. That's bad on the Black folks' part. That right there. Y'all got. I don't know where he was. He wasn't. I don't know where he was. But all I know is this. I don't know where you gonna be at where the big white star comes in and oh man, that's Joe Rogan. Let's go take some pictures with it. So, hey, it's Joe Rogan with the Fear Factor, dude. He ain't no personality in our community. The hell are you talking about, Joe Rogan? No, the black people who like him are the people who watch like shows like Ridiculousness for hours on end. That's burnout TV. Be watching people, I'm going to ride my bike off the top of this roof. What's going to happen? Oh my goodness. And the fact that anybody ever watches that crap is amazing. And if you do watch it, I know you're not getting anything edifying out of it. Maybe it's entertaining to you. I identify that as burnout TV. He was behaving himself, and that's for sure. You already know he was. And that's the whole point. All these people over here walking up to him like he Jesus, and in his mind, oh my God, all of these niggas. Oh, Jesus, I hope they don't rob me. Our people. Oh, our people. And then, man, and then be terrified of being around their own folk. Be terrified about being around other black folks, but you got this closeted, suspected white supremacist walking in your midst, and first thing you do, and now I'm sure that when this happened, he's already done dropped the N-word quite a few times. So what's the deal? Y'all know what he was, but y'all still going through to go fool with him. Yeah, you can miss me.
Where I know you from? I don't want to bother you, man. I'm not trying to use up your time. Where I know you from? I go.
Now we have the black sin. Again, I'm just saying, is this dude racist or not? This is the white privilege American style that this dude could do all of this black scent. And you're doing a black scent in the midst of trying to apologize to black folks that you just insulted. And then what makes it so bad is these fools coming out here, man, Joe Rogan ain't racist. Man, Joe Rogan cool. Man, yo, put some money in the pot, Joe Rogan. Go over there, go sit down with Minister Farrakhan. Go take a trip to the MLK Museum and go spend a day with Bernice King and go do something like that. Go to the Smithsonian. You know what I mean? That's why I say he loses absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. He ain't losing time off of his day. He could do a little video from his mansion and say, oh, well, man, that's not my word. I've never been racist. And having to say it, man, that's effed up. Here's a 30-second apology for you lowly Negroes. Yeah, I hope this is enough. God.
Fear Factor. And you go, yeah, that's it. But it's the way he said it was like so cool.
How many people
and we're giggling. Oh, no one did the smoke rocks thing, but I took a lot of goddamn pictures. And like I said, super cool, super friendly. This is not a negative story. So then we go.
Hey, brother, where I know you from? Where I know you from, man? I mean, and then like, so he's gonna try to do the black scent, and it's jive talk.
Go into the movie theater, right? It's me, Tommy, and like maybe there's another white person, maybe one other white person. Movie theater filled with black people, and they are having a good fucking time. And you know, people always complain that black people talk to the movie theater and talk to the screen. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. But it's good.
It adds to the experience.
Fucking yeah. If that's what you know, and like, so the way I felt like, I'm like, look, I'm in their neighborhood. This is how they.
So I don't know how many of y'all just caught that, but what he's telling you is about a conversation that happens amongst white people about black folks talking in theaters. Did you catch that? Because we're not doing that. You understand what I'm saying? And it's not, let's be clear. When they talk about black folks talking in theaters, typically when that's happening, you got a bunch of high school students in the damn theater. Hell yeah, they talking in the theater. These is kids. And they kids coming to a movie, but they kids nonetheless. You a grown-ass 40-something-year-old man. What are you talking about? Well, but that's the stuff they do. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, the talk in the white circles, they can't stand being in there. So he just kind of let one slip.
They go to the movies. Who the fuck am I to be offended by how they like to go to the movies? They were at the movies, and I'm not saying all black neighborhoods do this, but this particular black neighborhood, these people brought babies, bro. I mean, there's a lot of people with babies. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't just one. These people in front of us walked in, and they had toddlers, like little 2-year-olds, sitting on their lap to see Planet of the fucking Apes at like 10:40 on a Friday night.
Didn't give a fuck about
Didn't give
school.
a fuck.
Nothing.
Didn't give a fuck. But I'll tell you what made me really nervous and made me feel kind of weird was watching all of these previews of all these different TV shows or all these different movies rather that are coming out. And I'm watching these movies and all of them are about white people.
Oh, weird.
And I'm sitting there and I'm going, wow, this is weird. Like, imagine being a black person. And I always thought, like, people would complain, like, I'd hear black people complain about, oh, there's no films for black people, there's no roles for black actors. And I'd be like, so go make your movie. What do you want from me? But when you go to a goddamn movie theater with all black people, that's when you really feel it. I'm sitting there in the audience, and all these people are black, but every movie preview is white. There's no black characters. And then finally there's this movie with Jonah Hill. And they show a preview.
So for all the white supremacists who are upset on TikTok, if you didn't understand what Joe Rogan just mentioned, he is describing the result of white privilege American style. Out of his own mouth. So when you come for me, even you white trolls, oh man, it's not about that. It's not about, this doesn't exist. Gotcha. Now I'm sure, you'll probably see this. Goddamn race baiter. There's a few of us that are now starting to get this tag of race baiters. I think myself, Tina Berry, Queen Amadai Shakur, we are now starting to get these titles. We're seeing that pop up more and more. Yeah, you guys are race baiters. Okay, sir, what's a race baiter? It's the opposite of what Morgan Freeman is. What's that mean? Well, if you don't know, then you should just go look at Morgan Freeman and see what he has to say on black issues. Thanks for again showing me how low you think of black people. I appreciate your sentiment of showing me your disdain for us. Thank you. Now, I'm sure you don't understand how I just received all of that you just did that was so greatly disrespectful to me and my people. But be sure and rest assured that I know and we can convey these messages. Because when I say that Aaron Rodgers making MVP this week and Joe Rogan can say all of this racist shit and then there's no problem with this whole situation going on right now. I don't really see how, if you got this going on right now, then you say there's not really any white privilege. But then he goes on to actually describe what white privilege is. Because when you're a white person that can go to a movie theater with a bunch of white people and see all these white programs, it never dawns on you that all of these other people who don't look like you, who go patronize these theaters, have to sit up here and watch all of these people who look just like you. See, when I was coming up, people used to ask me in high school, hey, you go see this movie, you go see this movie. When I got as an adult, you go see this movie, you go see this movie, you go see this movie. As right now as a middle-aged man, have you seen this movie? Have you seen this? My question remains the same. Any black people in it? Well, no. No, I ain't seen it. Oh, man, that's racist. No, I don't watch nothing that ain't got no black folks in it. There's all these black people out here you can't find to put one on the screen. I ain't watching no shit. Morgan Freeman. Oh, well, I don't really believe in we got to. Yeah, he's the bootstrap talker. We don't listen to old coons. We don't trust old Negroes anyway. It's a new day. We run the yard, not them old niggas. So we don't give a damn about what they talking about. You can miss me about Morgan Freeman, and most definitely don't tell me about somebody that's been dead for over 60 years. What did you do with Malcolm X right here? He wanted equality. You want to know my idea of equality? Well, here's a legitimate view of equality here. We were enslaved for 400 years.
For the movie, and it's Jonah Hill, and he's doing all this different shit, and he's babysitting kids, but he's supposed to be like a cool guy, and the way they show you he's a cool guy is there's an old black guy working like at a door at a club. Like the black guy's there, and Jonah Hill's talking black to him. It is what it is, brother. It is what it is. And I'm watching this with all these black people. I'm watching this white guy talk like a black guy, and I'm in this fucking theater filled, and I'm high as fuck. I mean, just barbecued, sitting there soaking in this experience going, wow, this is fucked up. Like, no wonder why black people are angry and they feel disenfranchised. Like, they're completely removed from the mainstream cultural experience.
Yeah.
In a lot.
This is total bullshit. Okay, family. Let's rewind back through Joe Rogan's career real quick. Okay, Joe Rogan, who ended up on Fear Factor, which first started his career on spot guest hosting on MTV. At the time, MTV's biggest competitor was BET. So much so that BET shows closed MTV. They pretty much single-handedly put MTV out of the music video business. For those who don't remember. Before Viacom had to just figure out, we just gotta buy this nigga shit. Yeah. So BET with a less than boosted signal, wasn't nearly as strong as anybody else's. It had twice the amount of lengthy commercials on every broadcast. Here locally, that was one of the channels to where is this how they do? They do niggas so dirty it ain't funny. So they would break in so if BET is going to have an event on, say, Wednesday, we have a show here called Northeast Spectrum. It's like the black, like a black talk show. Well, now it's long gone now, but we used to have, it's a Portland Cable Access show, right? They would do us so dirty. They'd be like, yeah, we're going to have the first annual Soul Train Awards. We're watching Northeast Spectrum. You literally cut into Portland Cable Access this is how much they gave no F's about us here, man. So, when I see stuff like this, I'm an expert on this type of shit right here. This dude's full of shit. Oh, they've been disenfranchised. Partner, you grew up before you even went to school knowing what a nigger was. Cut it out. So when family, I just want you to know, when you see people talking like this, it's absolute crap. They are full of crap, and they know they're full of crap. What they know to do is what they know how to do best, and that's lie. And so they lying to the rest of the world saying, I never knew that racism existed. I mean, good grief. Why did this happen? All this disenfranchisement, stop it. He came around. See, here's the thing. People like this, you know, when he was listening to Public Enemy back in the late 80s and early 90s, you know he was listening to LL Cool J and all the rest, because hip-hop didn't just boom because of the black community. These are underground black records going big. And then, let's just keep it a buck even furthermore, that these white, privileged, American-style individuals were capitalizing on the fact that these black-owned records weren't being sound scanned, and so they weren't getting the royalties that they deserved, and they weren't getting the recognition that they deserved. So these people are probably selling platinum records and only getting numbers for selling about 20,000 records. These people have done our people dirty throughout every measure of avenue possible for revenue. We don't owe nobody a damn thing in this piece. Most of all, pieces of crap like this guy that will sit up here and talk crazy about black folks and then try to clean it up, and then they paying. Here, family, don't think it's just Joe Rogan. Like, if you thought somebody's paying money for these, because, yeah, people are getting paid to come out here and talk on Joe Rogan's behalf. You better know that. But understand, it ain't all Joe Rogan paying for. Because, see, this right here is about repairing the damage to the white supremacist image of superiority. January 6th last year did a number. And contrary to popular belief, see, Joe Biden's still white. So this debacle that you got going on right now, all we still see is white supremacists. And Joe Biden is no different than Donald Trump. Only difference is Joe Biden's worse because he's smarter and got 40 years of savvy movability in lawmaking. Now, I know some lead paint eaters won't understand what I'm saying because you stopped at Trump. I got that. I'm not really talking to you because I don't like wasting my time with idiots. So this conversation is for the mentally astute individual that knows better than to eat a plate of lead paint. But you voted for Joe Biden because he was better.
Out of ways, like there's a tiny percentage of black people that are included in movies. So finally, Planet of the Apes plays. Everyone's white in the movie except the bad guy. The bad guy is a black guy, and I thought it was so strange. And not only that, he's a bad guy who owns this giant company, and he has an English accent. It's like not only is he it's like you couldn't have a brother from Philadelphia that figured out how to own this corporation. It couldn't be a guy, even a brother that talks like a regular businessman type dude, you know?
Well, to that part, Joe, I can actually agree with. You are right. But again, here, this broadcast is talking about white privilege American style. So here, let me enlighten you, Joe. This is the process of making sure foundational black Americans are overlooked in every aspect. See, because we are the number one enemy. Yes, you guys, see, here's, family, I think I've mentioned this before, but you all in my chat and everybody watching me right now do understand they don't just hate you because of the color of your skin, right? Y'all are understanding that they hate you for something much deeper. So with that being said, you are dealing with a perpetual enemy in the white supremacists, and they are well aware of the privilege that they have established for themselves to enjoy a luxury having a foot up your ass for hundreds of years. And what we're doing is saying no more, and we are pulling it out because no one is going to do that for us. But we will identify our enemy. And I want you to identify all the subtleties that come with this, because this ain't going to be the first time or the last time. And I'm sure you have had experiences with people like this talking, trying to convince you that they're not as much as a demon as they really are. You know? Now, what he's saying is, yes, even furthermore, on his level of dirtbag white supremacy, you have a higher level of the system of white supremacy that still looks to slap us in the face every chance we get. Hence, right now, Joe Biden trying to figure out a way how to give LGBTQ people some reparations for hate crimes that may or may not have even occurred. And still, damn you, foundational Black Americans, kiss my ass about your reparations. But he's still better than Trump, man. He's still, because, man, Trump are open racist. Trump open racist, man. Trump, way open racist. Yikes. Get him some of that Flint water.
Who's like, well, what we need to do is acquire this, and once we get that, and then we'll be on moving, and then we get in the Forbes. No. This guy has an English accent. He doesn't sound like anybody you know, and this is the only black guy in the fucking movie. And I'm like, wow. And then the rest of the movie is just badass monkeys, just badass chimpanzees.
So was the CGI awesome? Was it?
Oh my God, is it good? First of all, the movie is the shit. Planet of the Apes is a dope movie. It's a good movie.
I don't think I missed the context. No. And thank you, suspected white supremacists, for enlightening me to this video that I could go further walk through and show you just how much he actually is a white supremacist. So, I mean, thank you. I appreciate you posting that for my benefit. And, yeah, well, maybe better luck next time. I doubt it. But, man, yikes. Oh, no, let me get that out of there. That ain't the one I want. We need to come back to, we'll see what we need here. Okay, so let me show you this. Y'all seen the whole cop. I don't even know if I will bother playing that for y'all, because y'all seen the dude getting beat up or whatnot by the police, and he had the white girlfriend, and she over here, get your hands off of his neck. That type of situation is kind of like a Jim Jones type of situation for me. Because, see, when things like that, when we firmly see things like that, it's like, oh, man, that's messed up. Man, that's messed up. Why they do that, brother, like that? But what we don't ever catch is the stuff that these people be doing behind the scenes, usually crapping on other black folk. Man, man, I don't like this white girl, man. I ain't listen to what these niggas talking about, man. You got no time for that, man. You know what I'm saying? So again, family, we have to revisit. We got to revisit. We got to revisit some Judas Outlaw Productions. Oh man, Dance Party USA for real. You feel me? Breaking it down on the one. You understand? So if y'all ever be, on TikTok watching them Judas Outlaw videos, and be like, dang, he don't even have this much positive energy coming off of him, do it? You got that super Betamax energy. So yeah, we got the super Betamax reels for Judas Outlaw tonight. Cause see, when this is the fraudulent files. Oh, look at the dance party. Oh, they're getting it. Getting it. Oh, let's chime back in. Let's see what's going on. Uh-oh. It's like dance. It's like dance. It's like dance. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord, Lord, Lord. Whew. Ooh. Y'all probably like, where y'all be finding these things? Oh, my Lord. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so family, we remember I told you we have these people in these spaces, and man, I just don't know. I just don't know. So, as we know, New Black Media, the B1 Black grassroots space has been, definitely making waves and making an impact since 2020. And they understand we are the main battery in an engine in the machine of getting this current view of justice. And as as they can see, it's not stopping. So that's why now all of a sudden we say we're tightening up on ourselves and working on us. You see so many people like, hey, wait a minute, closing the doors. Hold on. Well, what y'all gonna do when y'all get that check? Oh, that's the main concern. So don't nobody really want to be with us. No, you just want to make sure you ain't cut out of the money. Gotcha. You said I'm hilarious? Oh, man. I just have fun, man. We talk about heavy stuff. So, you got to keep it lighthearted. Because or else when you're too entrenched in darkness, you might end up like this guy.
Every time I have always played the fool.
Man, I mean, for real. You don't want to be like Super Betamax Outlaw right here. You understand what I'm saying? Judas Outlaw, boy, oh boy. Been a rough week. It's been a rough week. So like I said, we have a lot of people that want to get out here in these spaces. But unfortunately, when you start seeing people, like when I start seeing people put cameras in front of certain people, raises my antenna. And y'all know what I say about this this sister they got over there on MSNBC. Because I was like, oh yeah, okay. They're going to ride this sister all the way into the 2024. Because she's good looking. She's young enough. And I could already see how they was moving her on in. And if y'all are watching MSNBC, y'all can see they got this sister front and center. And truth be told, I was like, oh, she the new Joy Reid. She the reason why they getting moving Joy Reid on out. So, Lord. Check this out, family.
Of the biggest story.
Peep the last names.
is happening right now in the country, but that reality is not always reflected, as you know, in people covering these stories. Enter Capital B, a brand new black woman-owned nonprofit news startup that shies away from the mainstream talking points to deliver news specifically centering black folks. Joining me now, the co-founders of Capital B News, CEO Lauren Williams and Chief Audience Officer Akoto Aforiata. Please let me know if I mispronounced your name, but I hope I got it right.
You did get it right. Thank you.
Awesome. Perfect. Well, we'll start off with you. The site launched with a team dedicated to national reporting and one focused on Atlanta, which I love, with a plan for more local newsrooms coming soon. What was it about the current landscape that made you want to launch such an important site?
Yeah, I mean, nearly every issue we face as a nation, Black people are feeling the impact the most. And Capital B wants to build on the past and present legacy of the Black press to deliver news to Black Americans that they really need in this moment. We've seen a lot of great reporting about challenges that Black people face across all aspects of American life, health, education, criminal justice, you name it. But that reporting has really been executed with white audiences in mind. And, the Black press has a thriving tradition of explaining for Black people what the real stakes are for them and why these issues, or what the impact of these issues will have on their lives. And that is very much the tradition that Capital B is following in.
I really love that because really when you, for those of us who navigate newsrooms, there's such credo to these niche outlets. When we think about the rules in journalism, they often center white men. These are rules that were made up by folks who don't look like us. And that's everything from standards and practices to at network local outlets to editorial decision makers at not only print but broadcast as well. And so when the rules of being nonpartisan or unbiased are centered in white male perspective, the space has to be disrupted. And you're right. Black media has such a credo. People have abandoned a lot of the mainstream press because of reasons like that. How do you plan on getting people to consume your content, given that so many people have, they give a side eye to some of these journalism outlets now?
Well, we want to build trust back in media with our journalists.
Wait a minute. Who are you trying to build trust? Whose media? Oh, she blocked you? The Lauren Williams, Marley K? Oh, Akoto Ata? Man, I'm telling you. Lord. So, yeah, trying to get people to get back into media. That means getting back under their media. Oh, Tiffany Cross. Oh, okay. Well, I'm surprised she blocked you. We'll go back a little bit. Let's take that in.
They give a side eye to some of these journalism outlets now.
Well, we want to build trust back in media with our journalism, with the representation that we're providing in our newsroom, and with real efforts to build audience. We won't take our audience for granted, and this is an audience that, nationally and I think particularly locally has been really taken for granted and undercovered and underrepresented by mainstream media. In Atlanta, our newsroom has a community engagement editor, and our community engagement editor's whole entire job is to engage with the people who we're covering, the people who we want to be Capital B Atlanta readers. And
Crap. Marley K, please put your editorial website information in the chat, so where Black family can get real editorial from a B1 sister. Marley K, who is in the chat right now, is a brilliant pensman or penswoman. I'm fond of people who are savvy with the pen. So, she is a person that you definitely want to follow. She definitely is the strong one on the editorial tip. So if you are definitely when you like for all you readers out there who like to read B1 material, read B1 editorials, tune in, check in to Marley K. This is her get down. So Marley K, by all means, you can drop your link to your website in the chat if you want to. Because this right here, what this woman is talking about is dismantling the energy, dissipating the energy the new black media has been bringing. Because just look at what we're talking about. As much as they've been talking right now, they're acting as if there is zero apparatus out here that's communicating with black people. That's total garbage.
And some people in the black community just have never interfaced with a journalist, and journalists sometimes only come to black neighborhoods when terrible things happen, not to just talk about their lives or talk about their concerns or talk about the good things that happen or talk about just the information that they want to know more about or want to understand more about. And that's what we're going to do to build that bridge that's been, never been built really with some of the communities out there, and we're not expecting to immediately build that trust, but it's a long game, and we're really excited about it and dedicated to it.
Yeah, I'm excited about it, and I'm dedicated to your outlet as well. I'm happy to have you guys on the show. I want to go back to you, Akoto, because I ran a news business for a while, an outlet, and funding is a big issue. When you think of startups, most of the people who hold the purse strings are white men. In 2018, white men controlled 93% of venture capitalist dollars, and they're prone to fund companies that are run by people who look like them. A study showed that the disparity of not funding outlets run by people who look like us cost the U.S. to lose out on 1.1 million minority-owned businesses and forfeit more than 9 million potential job opportunities. Now, you guys launched with $9 million in philanthropic backing. How challenging was it for you to get funding for this?
Notice how they talk about where majority of the funding usually comes from, and then just leapfrog right over who they got the money from to how difficult was it to get the money from. So I'm assuming what point she's getting at when you said how many of these white people run this, then okay, that means they are white male funded. Did you catch that? $9 million in philanthropic dollars. Are you kidding me? This ain't nothing but Black Lives Matter Revisited. This is Black Lives Matter Media. And all of this time they're talking, they are not referencing any grassroots, nothing that's already been out here. They are almost talking as if this is the only thing that exists. And of course, we know this woman on the right has zero ties to our community because, she's not a foundational Black American at all.
Yeah, I mean, when Lauren and I set out to build Capital B, we knew that there was no real way to do it without thinking about sustainability at the beginning. We know all the
Look at that name. And not only that, when you're looking, right in time for the 2022 and 2024, all of a sudden they're coming out of nowhere. Family, this is the direct competition to new black media. Capital B. What does capital B also kind of sound like? If I didn't know any better, capital B, like a capital B1, a capital B. So you see how they're trying to weasel their way in while not acknowledging. And this is something that was, this is literally from last week. All of us must have missed these people. So these are some people they trying to set up, but you was able to flip $9 million. This is some Gary Chambers hustle type stuff. 9 million in philanthropic dollars? Man, please. Please. You mean George Soros or whoever the hell else? Man, please. Capital B or B.
Ways that the news industry is in crisis, right? And part of delivering on that promise that Lauren was describing earlier about building trust and, repair.
Oh, man, look at the wording. Building trust. What the hell is on the screen right when she says rebuilding trust? You think that's by accident or by design, family? White men control most of the venture capital funds. This is that we have to still deal with them. We can't look at doing something without them. We're going to have to need the white folk. We can't do it without them now. I mean, are you understanding what y'all hearing? And I mean, this is why capital B can get a capital middle finger. Miss me. All of this fake, and they keep sitting up here we're trying to repair trust. New Black Media's trust is just fine. Yeah, we good. So whose media are you trying to get trust regained in? Oh, you need to get people following the Rachel Maddow crowd. Gotcha. They have stories on NPR, Washington Post, MSNBC, and Neiman Lab. They did a PR blitz. And to get those networks, they got white connects. Facts. NPR and the Washington Post did pieces on this group. Shenanigans. I call shenanigans. Yeah. And they try to, MSNBC, it's not going to happen, family. New Black Media is here to stay. Everything else can fall by the wayside. This is trash. So, and you ain't going to be able to come out on the whole, oh man, you guys just don't like black women. You don't like black women. We got plenty of black women over here with thousands of followers. Thousands of followers. So you can't sit up here and act like this thing needs some kind of new family. For those of y'all who was in the one space with me with the Canadian dude, and he in here talking the same. It's so odd. He is literally saying what she's talking about. This whole rebuilding the trust in the media and to get this message out. Like, so what he's trying to say is we can take our Black First message on the mainstream media stage. And I mean, it's not like they don't want to hear it. You out your mind, man. They are trying to ban our history. How are they going to have us coming on here talking about our story? Are you out of your mind? These people are nuts. But here we go. I mean, because we have to play the video so y'all see it. And this, again, a more programmed attempt. Because right there, white men, and while you're looking at this black African right here, this Nigerian woman, and white men hold most of the venture capital funds. Doesn't that sound like the exact reason in this being the platform to bring out a black media thing called Capital B to be now saying this is the reason for capital reparations? Oh, no, that's not really what the community is interested in. Gotcha.
the frayed relationships between Black people and the media is quite simply to make sure that you're going to be around for the long haul. And so what we did is.
Okay, you see, frayed relationship between Black people and the media. What's still on the screen? Right, Misfits. Right. They keep trying to put Black folks back to sleep. Absolutely. They thought it was going to happen with that election, and they realized, oh no, the brain dead Negroes just popped up and went right back to bed. Yeah, but we still here. Good grief.
Is really to identify funders who just really believed in that mission and really wanted to back that with their support. And so
the word white man has not left the screen. All of this money talk that she is doing, the word white man is literally right under her.
So our model not only includes philanthropic dollars, but it also includes, building out a membership program that will allow Black people across the country and anyone who.
Now, let me bring this and make this bigger. I want to. Does anybody remember when they broke out the BNC? What they were saying when the BNC was first coming out? What they said about the BNC was that it was a new digital media news network that provides news aimed at Black audiences. This is damn near word. It's just slightly reworded from how they introduced the BNC, the Black News Channel. This is almost word for word. And we knew they were plants. So here we go with some more. These are some more plants. $9 million. Man, maybe the Bob Hart's Abishala crowd might give you some airtime, give you some views. But as far as the capital B crowd, the ones who B1, capital B. What fraudulent bullshit. And here we are as a labor of love, giving positive things out to the family, giving positive solutions, coming together as a unit on code, and then they got to put trash out here like this. But why? Because we are that much of a damn threat. Clearly, we're that much of a threat that you have to, number one, you're still acting like we don't exist, but you got these people $9 million to compete with people on a no-string budget. What that tell you about the power of the people versus the power of the machine? The Wizard of Oz, time is winding up. And I'm going to tell you right now about your capital B. They're done before they start. They have no validity. We don't even know these women. And these women come from nowhere. And the first thing that this African is doing is telling us to reconcile relationships with white men. Did I miss something here? So us as a collective, we are concerned with not getting the news from ourselves. We now need to get our relationship. No, instead of saying, let's put money into this space to where they are gravitating toward. No, they got you, capital B, to take people in a different direction. But now we see clearly who's funding you. So we know the objective of capital B's news media is to dissuade Black empowerment. Capital B News Media is a enemy of Black empowerment, and any foundational Black American attached to this movement is treasonous. This is no good. This is worse than the BNC.
Who cares about equitable media to help support our work as well?
Damn shame. Oh, Lord, family. We have to be prepared for these type of antics out here, because we have a lot of the tether class, clearly. They know what they're doing, so they go get this woman, and who knows? What are the likelihoods that that woman has learned how to lose her English accent? I'm just saying, what are the odds that she has learned how to lose her English, lose her English accent? She don't sound like Idris Elba no more. Because I guarantee you she went to school over in London. She didn't go to school here. She went to school in London. That's why they got her tied to the media. I guarantee you she ain't from here. Excuse me. You can already see by her name. You know, you can see she's not an FBA. I would say I'm 65% certain she went to school in England. You understand what I'm saying? So, and family, by the way, before I forget, I have pinned Sister Marley Kay's information to the top of the chat. So if you're coming in, you see it in the chat, it should be there. And, thank you, Queen. Thank you, Queen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your donations. Thank you. Thank you, Marley Kay. Much appreciated. Peace and blessings be unto you. Power and protection as well. So yes, we have to be mindful of these different tactics that are coming at us. They clearly have white backing, Marley Kay. Clearly. They clearly have white backing, because $9 million, $9 million. Byron Allen was fooling with the leaders of ADOS. They couldn't get $9 million out of him. And he Black. But now he supposedly trying to buy the Broncos. Yeah, whatever, bro. So anyway, just I said that to say, like, $9 million, and then they're telling you about reconciliation. And when you start getting this rebuilding trust talk, there is no mistrust within our community. So who are we looking to rebuild trust with? Oh, the machine. Oh, so these Negroes over here who are thinking for themselves, oh no, we got to do something about that. Good grief. I mean, you see what is happening? So it is what it is. And it's all meant to be. At the end of the day, these people who have tried to run game and run cons on us and our intelligence, that day is over with. And rightfully so. Rightfully so. Let me see. I need to. Where is that? I need to open this. So let me bring this up. Let me pull this up. All right. Did y'all like the Superman video? Did y'all like the Superman video, y'all? All right, come on now. Okay, there we go. I Can't stand when things are moving slow, like right at the last minute. Like, oh, okay, yeah. Everything's been moving just fine. All right, there we go. So I got some of y'all seen the video that I did for today, for today's broadcast. So I'm going to play that real quick. And then I want to hit this last story, which is the press conference from the family of Breonna Taylor and the family of Amir Locke got together for a press conference. And so we're going to look at that. And man, we're going to end on that note because it's a real strong, powerful note. I'm not mad at what I'm seeing out of the Amir Locke family, man. They do have Ben Crump as a lawyer, but he ain't getting a chance to do all the talking. Them folks is obviously like, yeah, this is going to be a little different, Ben. You here, you going to make sure you get the money, but we going to get paid our way. And I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at that at all, family. So I'm going to run this, and then we will be right back, and then we're going to get into that press conference. Oh, Lord. You said why? Oh, for the old lady? That was the Capitol. The granny bandit. Oh, Lord. Let's see. Here we go. Get this on in here. Come on now. There we go. 2009. Then the sound coming all loud. I didn't need that to happen. So let me get this in here. All right. Okay. Let me go ahead and play it. 2009. Our families are here to stand in solidarity with yet another family who have had their loved ones stolen unjustly by this corrupted system here in the state of Minnesota. We know that there is a problem all over the United States, but there is a clear problem, and the proof is in the pudding that there is a problem here in the state of Minnesota. There has been over 470 murders at the hands of law enforcement here in the state of Minnesota in the last 20 years, and hardly no one has been held accountable except Derek Chauvin, Kim Potter, and Muhammad Noor, who killed a Caucasian woman. We need more accountability in this state. These families are out here hurting, and Amir would be alive today had the officials in this building held officers accountable before Amir. And when we, as families, were fighting for legislation, the no-knock warrants, 6 months ago, while there was a legislative session going on, had they passed that no-knock warrant, Amir would be alive right now. Our families have pleaded. Our families have begged for the legislators, the Senate, Paul Gazelka, Warren Limmer, to hold these officers accountable and pass police accountability bills. And they refused to do so in the last session. And that's why we have another body, a young man he had a license to carry and he didn't deserve to get murdered in his sleep. How many more bodies? What else? What else can you take from our families? So here again, we stand here with another body, but I want the legislators to know. I want the governor to know. I want everybody to know that had a chance. They had a chance to make changes before Amir. I want all of you to know that the blood is on all of your hands. I will now call forward Attorney Ben Crump that has come to fight for yet another family here in the state of Minnesota. Thank you.
I'm Attorney Ben Crump of Longwell.
Okay. Yes, there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna let me get to another place. I am definitely not. We've heard enough of Ben Crump. You did, and she should be mad as hell, as well as all the rest of them people out there, because this don't make no sense. Let me get brother down, and also the other brother that was getting shot at by the. Let's see what I got here. The brother that was getting shot at by the two white men that work for FedEx, that brother needs justice as well. Okay, so it looks like we are back. So let me play, this is Brother Amir's father who's getting ready to speak.
Amir's
Mother and father got something to say. And we just want to get your attention before they addressed you. First, you're going to hear from his father. A lot of you all in the Twin Cities know him as Buddy McClain. Buddy got something to say. So you all please give your attention first to his father, Andre Locke Sr., and then to his mother, his brokenhearted mother, who is defiant in demanding justice for her child, her baby boy, and that is Karen Wells. Andre and Karen will now address you.
Thank you, Mr. Crump, Mr. Storms, Mr. Manucci, if I said the correct one. Ramanucci. I stand here today. I'm Andre Locke Sr., Amir's father. As a proud father, I stand here. I'll state the facts. The blood is on the legislation.
Amen.
That's the facts. The truth needs no support. We all saw what we saw. I'm gonna tell you this now. We demand that they pass the law for no-knock warrants in the name of my son, Amir. We demand justice, and we demand that this is done properly, and not tomorrow, not later on in 2 years. We demand that it's done immediately.
Immediately.
Immediately. I stand here as a representation of my family, a representation of my son. I'm gonna speak from my point of view. Amir was our son, and we loved our son.
Amen.
And we taught our son properly. We taught our son respect. Our son died by the hands of Minneapolis police, a trigger-happy Minneapolis police officer. It was something about that tape, since we're talking about the tape. And I've said before that I wanted people to close their eyes in America and envision the tape, because we can all see it. I've been dreaming about it since it happened. I keep seeing it over and over. It keeps recurring. And as I picture this and I continue to see it, there's other things that come out. I noticed when that officer kicked the couch, and when he kicked it the first time, and Amir didn't move, but he kicked it the second time, and the couch almost turned over. Oh my goodness. Not only did I see that or recognize that, but I also recognized the other officer who slapped that officer's gun down. He slapped the gun down. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Bad kill. Bad kill.
My Lord.
Bad kill.
Bad kill.
Bad kill. He slapped, listen to him, I'm gonna say it again. That officer on his right slapped the gun down.
Wow.
Hey, if Amir was, I'll say this, Amir didn't have the intent, the opportunity, nor the ability to hurt those officers. If Amir was a threat, if he was an imminent threat, the other officers would have engaged.
Everybody, that's a good
Everybody would have engaged.
Yeah.
When that officer slapped that gun down, they knew they messed up. They knew they messed up.
Wow.
It's breathtaking. It takes your breath away. Again, when I've told family to close their eyes and picture that film, you see it, you picture the footage. Now imagine if Amir was white. No one knew it was up under the blankets.
Wow.
It's unfair. It's unjust. It's not okay. Let the truth, I'll say it again, the truth needs no support. We all saw it. What's wrong with just accountability? What's wrong with just with transparency? What's wrong with just saying, we messed up? We messed up this time. We took an innocent life of a law-abiding citizen who had the right to carry, who did everything right. Zero criminal history. Why is it that we always have to humanize our children?
Man.
Why is it that we have to humanize our children to white America?
Tell them, buddy.
People want to make this a white and black thing. We're not racist, but they did. They made it a white and black thing. So they executed our son, and they went about it the wrong way. We are demanding justice. We're demanding that a bill is passed for the no-knock warrants in the name of Amir Locke, so that we can remember all of those that lost their lives, and that it doesn't ever happen again to any family, to low white class families who also is not talked about. This affects them too. Black and brown and poor white folks. This affects them just as well as it affects us. You have to excuse me. I have a lot of sorrow that I'm dealing with, because I know that could have been done differently. We can point out so many different things, but the facts are the facts.
Amen.
It doesn't get any clearer than what the facts are. We can try to twist this any kind of way y'all want to. Guess what? It's not gonna work.
Yeah.
How shame of you to try to pull the eyes over the American people.
Yeah.
We live in a day and age of social media. Whatever was gonna be out there would have already been out there. Stop talking crazy about my son. I'm sorry, that other side almost came out. No. No. So, I apologize.
No, you said it. You said it.
But anyhow, we have to go about this the right way. And I'm absolutely thankful for all of the support. I'm absolutely thankful for Mr. Crump and the team. Thank you. Thank you.
We with you, buddy. Well said, brother. Well said, buddy. Thank you. Now we have Karen. Stay here.
I can't believe that I'm standing here today speaking about my second born, and his name is a hashtag. I gave birth to Amir Locke in the Twin Cities, born and raised. And on 2/2/22, instead of y'all saying y'all slogan here is Minnesota nice, y'all need to change it to Minnesota lies. I am demanding that President Biden and everybody else from the ground up to the top ban no-knock warrants across the United States of America in the name of Amir Ricari Locke. I'm demanding also that they pass a law here in Minnesota, and Amir no-knock warrant lock as well. I'm right now, I'm all over the place.
Yes.
It is a roller coaster. It is a dream. I am a mother. His older brother is hurting. They're 2 years apart. They were the best friends. Best friends. Imagine my older son doesn't have his best friend anymore. Imagine that I can't FaceTime with my son, but can that officer still FaceTime with his? Can that chief of police still FaceTime with theirs? Can Mayor Fry still FaceTime with theirs? All I have is memories, a voicemail, and pictures. And that still shot of my baby boy still with the covers over his head, doing the right thing, having his weapon, licensed weapon at that, face down, and still not knowing who the hell is surrounding him. This is not fair. It is unacceptable. I should not have to bury a 22-year-old child. He should be getting ready to bury us in the next 20 to 30 years.
Wow.
I am going to be the voice of all the mothers in the Twin Cities who did not have a voice, who also went through these no-knock warrants, and the media and nobody reported about it. So guess what? Y'all didn't know who was underneath them covers, but y'all know now. His name was Amir Bakari Locke. He loved the youth, wanted to save the youth, and we gonna save the rest of the youth. Y'all will not enter another apartment complex of a person of color, and y'all knew when y'all was going there, there was people of color that lived there. So y'all did y'all research, but you didn't know who was up underneath them sheets. I gave birth to him 11/11/99. He dies 2/2/22. My son was 22. Let's be real. This is higher than all of us. But y'all realize that his name was Amir, and we gave birth to a prince. So y'all messed up royally. Y'all messed up. Y'all messed up. Y'all messed up. And because of who I am, I'm going to go through sadness, hurt, anger, everything, because I have the right to. When I mourn, I am going to mourn on my time, not America's time. If you think I'm angry, I have every right to be angry. Why don't all y'all right now cover your eyes instead of take the mask off your mouth and put it over your eyes? And visualize and listen to the gunshots that went into my son. I can't even watch. I had to walk out. I can't even watch the footage of my baby slumped over on the couch where he was sleeping at, and he should have still been asleep. He should still be asleep right now if he wants to. It takes everything in our power to wake our son up. We were there for him, taking him to school, dropping him off at daycare. Y'all don't understand how many times I had to fight with Amir, as well as his brother, to get up. I got to get to work. We're going to be late for school. We're going to be late for the daycare. You can't just yell at Amir. You have to push on Amir. Amir was with me in Dallas, Texas. The whole time when I'm leaving to go for work or wherever he's going, I have to, Amir, I'm getting ready to go to work. He's sound asleep with the covers over his face. He's sound asleep. I have to literally push my baby boy and tell him, Amir, I'm about to leave. Have a good day. I love you and I love you too. And where y'all messed up is y'all took that. Y'all stole him from all his goals and his dreams and what he was going to become. Amir was not a man yet. He was only 22, but he'll never become a man. He talked about having children. Guess what? Mr. Trigger Happy a police officer from the MPD, Mr. I want to kick the couch. Y'all stole that from me. Am I angry? Yes, I am. Am I going to continue to be the voice for Amir? Yes, I am. Is his brother going to become the voice of the helping the youth because he's 24? Yes, he will. Will he be the voice of all the fathers that were cheated and their sons taken away? Yes, he will. So at the end of the day, y'all gonna learn who my baby boy was. Believe that.
Well, and that is you've heard from the father and the mother, and other people out there. I told you, I this family's a little different. Desperate words. What's going on, brother? This family is definitely different than the families we have seen in the past. I mean, hands down. Hands down. And notice how they running it. You like everybody else that we've seen up there, Ben Crump is always coaching them and kind of running it. And let's keep it a buck. Here's the reality of it. Her son ain't nothing but a day older than mine. Her son was born on Veterans Day, 11/11/99. My son is born 11/12/99. So I can totally relate to any parent of our parental, I guess, genre of nah, we ain't in the forgiveness conversation. Nah, not at all. Not at all. I mean, on some real shit. Not at all. I got a child that age just to be asleep and murdered for being asleep indoors. Indoors, not in the streets, indoors. Where you're supposed to be safe and sound. Wrapped up in covers. Sleep in family house. I don't think you should be able to feel any more safer. That should be the realm of ultimate safety. I'm on my cousin's couch. Cool. It's all family. Okay, so yeah, let's go back to this sister right here. I'm not exactly sure who this particular sister is. Maybe if I've seen it before, I guess I haven't put two together yet. But this sister right here, I'm telling you, man, everybody I have seen that is attached to this family, like, damn, are we kin? boy, y'all seem an awful lot like us. Are we related? Boy, if I didn't know better, boy, I think I'm looking at my cousins up out here, boy, because if something happened to me and Ben Crump was around my wife, you already know how that's going to play. You see how this man's mama is this is her show. This is mama's show. And I'm good with it. She got all the smoke. But she ain't the only sister over in they midst. I am thoroughly impressed with this family. I ain't mad at all. I mean, it's so relieving to see the energy that we should be having and should be showing to the masses.
Now, Pastor Amir Lock Law now. Pastor Amir Lock Law now. Pastor Amir Lock Law now. Pastor Amir Lock Law now. Thank you for bearing your heart, Karen and Andre. His blood is on this legislation.
Yes, it is.
Tashira.
Unfortunately, we have a group of families, and it's only a small portion of the heinous evil that the people in the political seats and the people all around this state has inflicted upon our communities and our families. I will now call forward the families. If you guys can stand on the side, families, if you can keep, just because we're here to support Amir's family, so please just keep your comments brief. We want to just acknowledge the families that are here to stand in solidarity with Amir's family. I want to first tell Michelle Gross and Nakima Levy Armstrong, thank you for fighting to bring forth the footage for Amir's family, because they would have covered it up like they've done all the rest of our families. They would have covered up the murders. And they didn't get a chance to do that for Amir. And they didn't get a chance to do that for Dante Wright. And with George Floyd, it went Facebook Live, so they couldn't do it. But these are the families that they were able to sweep under the rug.
Okay, real quick, family. So the sister that she mentioned, if y'all remember what I played a few days ago at the press conference with the sister that came in and checked the police chief while she was over there trying to besmirch Amir Locke, trying to make him seem like some kind of criminal or something like that, and the sister interrupted her. That's who she's talking about. So yes, indeed.
This place needs to be under federal investigation because it's the BCA, it's the police departments, it's all of them involved in these murders. We will now call forward the mother of Cordell Handy, Kim Handy Jones.
We will take your questions at the end. We want to pay respect to the families to make brief remarks as well.
Good afternoon. I'm the mother of Cordell Quinn Handy. My name is Kimberly Handy Jones. A lot of you know me here in the Twin Cities. This is not new to me. It's true to me. I lost my son March 15, 2017. This is emotional. But today, I woke up out of my black sleep, which was a fortune that was denied to Amir Locke, to Cordell Handy, to Jamar Clark, to Emma Till, and to so many other stolen lives. And I heard Ben say there's two types of systems, a white one and a black one. And then there's the reaction, a right and a wrong.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
Why, when black children are gunned down and executed, it's wrong. It's wrong. Why are we seeing this stuff in real lifetime? And it's not enough. White America, wake up. Wake up. The mom said, take the mask out your mouth, off your mouth, and put it around your eyes and envision it. Well, I'm telling you, take the cotton out your ears and stick it in your mouth. Black people are talking to you. Black people are tired of their children being executed. I like Karen, who will never see her son's full potential, and so many others like us. You robbed us. You robbed us of being able to see grandchildren. You robbed us of generations. And then you go home with those same murderous hands that you shot and executed our kids with, and hug your kids and look at them with loving eyes and eyes with hatred.
Wow.
When Officer Hanneman appealed to Amir, his actions were aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
He came in a hostile manner. And Jeff Storm said it right. His techniques, Amir's techniques of handling the gun was on point. And where did he go wrong? Did he go wrong because his mother and father raised him properly and said, don't break the law? If you get a gun, get your license. Not only to have a gun, but to conceal and carry a gun. Where did he go wrong? He didn't go wrong. And not only is it blood on the legislature, it's blood at your door. All our children's blood spill is at your door. And President Biden, if you can't do right by black, brown, and indigenous people, I just want to tell you, Biden. That's what we have to say to you. Karen, Andre, keep your eye on the prize. God loves you, so do I.
Biden sexuals and Joe Biden, if y'all are not understanding the order of the day, it's justice and reparations, not lift every voice and sing, cash fish nuggets, and crack pipes. Oh, I'm sorry. Crack / meth / pill opioid smoking pipes. My bad. But shout out to that sister right there. Yeah, bye, then. All right, then. Ooh. Oh, these people got all of the smoke. I am loving it.
Thank you, Ms. Kim. We will now call forward the sister of Jamar Clark, Tiffany Burns. Thank you.
Jamar Clark was 24 years old when he was executed by Minneapolis police. He was handcuffed, not armed, handcuffed and shot in the head, execution style. And again, you know, you think about the generational curse that they put on us. My brother did not get to have kids. He did not have any kids, and he don't have that chance to have any kids. My heart go out to woo. Y'all, this is like woo.
Okay.
Yeah, it just takes me back to November 15, 2015. It was like watching Jamar all over again on that video. And I couldn't even watch it. I couldn't even watch the whole thing. But again, Minnesota cover up these murders. They covered up my brother's murder. My brother was pursuing a lawsuit against MPD, and they killed him for it. And I told my brother, bro, just don't, just please, please, please, don't give him any reason to do anything to you. And he did not do that. He was a target. They targeted my brother because he had that lawsuit against them, and they shot him execution style, and they covered his murder up the same way they covered up a lot of these murders. And I just pray for the Locke family, and I pray for all of our families that we get through this and we continue to fight. Amen. And not give up.
Thank you, Tiffany. We will now call forward the brother of Winston Smith, Keydale Smith. Thank you.
My name is Keydale Smith. Winston Smith was my brother who was killed 7 months ago, June 3rd, by the U.S. Marshals. Almost exactly the same way how they killed Amir Locke. And just like the sister just said, man.
And I'm playing. I want to let this run because again, when they ever ask again, especially if they ever ask me, where does white privilege American style exist? Well, here's one place it doesn't. See how this, you don't have to actually go through anything that these people up here are going through on a consistent basis to have multiple families living the same experience over their loved ones. See, that is a privilege that solely us Black Americans, oh man, we have the fortunate experience of living. It's so great. I don't know why anybody would forsake this great bestowing of perpetual hatred that we have to go through here. I mean, man, who would not want to live under those conditions? Can't you see how we're all equal and the same here? Aren't you hearing equality here? No, you are not. And that is the proof of your white privilege. We shall continue.
It's like watching it all over again. And what's crazy is Before my brother was killed, I had a dream that something was going on with him. This is the second time I had a dream. I won't get into details, but I had a dream that somebody else was about to be killed, except this time it was the form of my brother. When I woke up at 5 in the morning, 2 hours later, I heard that Amir Locke has been shot dead. And after I seen that video, it shows me how, like, just evil and despicable and disrespectful that people could be. I had a conversation with a guy who said that Amir Locke was in the wrong place at the wrong time. He was at his house sleeping. He's at his cousin's house, I'm sorry. At his cousin's house sleeping on the couch. And y'all shot him dead. My brother was having dinner with his girlfriend, went to his car in his own comfortability, and you shot him dead. How is this the wrong place at the wrong time? So yeah, watching this is actually very personal to me. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, it was brought out, man. It's like, I've seen evidence, because I've been doing my research after this happened. I've seen that police will make up a BS story if they believe that they're not going to be caught. Just imagine if his was off camera, how they would make up a bullshit story because they didn't think that he was going to be caught. Man, I got one last thing to say, man. It rages me that somebody got to be killed every time we trying to get a law change. When Dante Wright was killed, it put in form the no-knock warrants, but you had to kill just one more person before now. That's maybe possibly to change. When George Floyd was killed, during that time in 2020, shortly after, the marshals were supposed to have body cameras, but you just had to kill one more person before you decided to implement that. And that was Winston Smith. Who else got to be killed before another law is passed?
Deep.
It's like, Minnesota, y'all got to get it together, man. Man.
And I will say this because it's so profound, and Attorney Storms know. I was here in Minneapolis having breakfast with Botham Jean's sister. And Winston Stott was with his girlfriend having breakfast, actually came up to me. We took pictures. He posted it on social media. And 3 days later, he was killed by the federal marshals.
I find that no coincidence, because just like that brother just got done saying it, and I guess that's why Ben Crump felt the moment to go ahead and take it, because yeah, that is pretty damn profound. Finding out for yourself just how evil these people can be. So you see this dude post a picture with that Ben Crump while they're in Minnesota. We already understand how that Kyle Rittenhouse crowd get down now, don't we? And some have said that people have thought that law enforcement was having involvements with certain things. 3 days later, after posting a picture with this man while being out there, because the only reason you're taking a picture with Ben Crump is because you are moving in the realm of social justice. 3 days later, the marshals take this brother out. I usually don't listen to Ben Crump, but he might be onto something here.
That's how real this thing is. It could be any of us.
Man, thank you.
I will now call forward the mother of Marcos Paramo, who was 14 years old just killed with the Maplewood police involved and the sheriffs here involved in Minnesota. Marcos Paramos, which is the best friend of my son who had his father killed by St. Paul police. Tanya Giles, thank you.
Damn, what's going on out there in Minnesota?
First, I want to give the Locke family my condolences. I'm so sorry. This is the most painful thing that any human can endure. For one, your child is gone. You'll never get to see him again. Secondly, it's by the hands of law enforcement who are supposed to protect and serve our families and our people in our community. We need to do something, and we need to do it soon. You know, after the George Floyd murder, you would think that the state of Minnesota would make drastic changes ASAP. Our state was almost demolished because of it. And still we stand here today. And it seems like the murders are getting more and more frequent, not further and further apart. This is really hard for me. The police tried to lie about my son's the car accident that my son was killed in. The Ramsey County Sheriff's Office with Maplewood and St. Paul and North St. Paul chased the vehicle my son and 6 other teens were in. They threw stop sticks, which led the car to go out of control. I believe I wasn't there, but I'm assuming I was told by the Maplewood police chief that there was stop sticks involved. So they said on the news that they lost sight of the vehicle 5 blocks before it crashed. There was one human person that had a Ring camera on their front door. And caught that the police car was seconds behind them. And they leaked it. So now they can't lie. Hadn't that video been leaked, it still would be today that, you know, hey, the car lost control on its own. So I just want to know
Ooh, Lord.
I feel
Okay, so you've done heard about, well, what we've heard about, what, four or 5 different families tell their stories. Why the hell are all of them being lied to about the circumstances of their loved ones dying? Every last one of them. See, that's the privilege that being black has in America. Now, is there somebody who is along those lines in this? Because since we have so many white privilege deniers, well, what about this great black privilege that we have? I know you tend to talk about athletes and, you know, entertainers that work for rich white Jewish people and Jewish entities and get the Jewish money. See, because, and then, you know, you get these other people to say, especially the morons that get to, look at how the way black women are portrayed in the media. Okay, tell me the black man ran on media. Because if you can't point to Tyler Perry with that, then you really can't point to anybody. Same thing with rap music. Excuse me. Like you heard India Ivory saying something about rap music, how, no, you hear the N-word in it. No, you hear the N-word in American culture. Stop trying to make it about rap music. Rap music didn't exist when the N-word did. So anybody doing that is foolish. But they do that because they're allowed to. You know what I'm saying? But we need to stop allowing that. We need to stop allowing that. And again, let me play this one more time because some people just need to get some thorough understanding through their minds why people were going so hard at the Nigerians and their attitudes and how they have an attitude against us. And so much so because here's the point. Just like I played y'all that sister, she told y'all, hey, you think that they don't see you going trying to get up under the white man? They see that. And they know what they fought to get you over there. And then you show them the respect of trying to run up on under these people and then try to talk down on them. And then this man here, UFC ain't in Nigeria, pimp. So you can bring your punk ass all the way over here to now start caping. I'm sure he's probably like, man, those Akatas don't deserve any reparations. Or he gonna be like, well, no, I'm Igbo, man. So yeah, because I'm Igbo, I deserve some too. No, those because then they like the Yoruba people get mad until they have to actually until we get into the black slavery conversation. Then all of a sudden the Yoruba people start getting a little bit quiet because they'll be quick when they think they got. Oh, don't you talk bad about Yoruba. Hey, how about them reparations y'all black asses owe us? Oh no! Wait a minute. Hey, well, you slow your roll. Slow your damn roll. Because not all of us over here are ignorant. So, like this, somebody needs to inform this young man. I don't think they paint their toenails over there in Nigeria either, player.
Let me take this one. Hold up. I'm black. I can take this one. Look.
What?
Back up. You're Nigerian, not black. See how convenient he just did that?
Let me take this one. Hold up. I'm black. I can take this one. Look.
What were...
No. There's a lot of cunts in this game. There's a lot of snakes in this game. I've been in this fight game since 2008. And Joe Rogan is one of the nicest, coolest, humble motherfuckers I've had the pleasure of working with. Understand that? And you know, it's just... Fuck the noise, man. You know what they're trying to do. You can't control the man, and he's got the biggest platform in the world right now. So that's my nigga, Joe Rogan. Fuck the noise.
What do y'all have to say about that? What do y'all have to say about that? I mean, when you have people doing that, it's just like this to me.
Every time I have always played the fool.
I mean, come on, man. Really? Lord. Where is that at? Where is that at? Let me find what I mean. I'm looking for something right now. Bear with me real quick. Oh, man, but just listen to this dude.
Let me take this one. Hold up. I'm black. I can take this one. Look.
What were...
No. There's a lot of cunts in this game. There's a lot of snakes in this game. I've been in this fight game since 2008. And Joe Rogan is one of the nicest, coolest, humble motherfuckers I've had the pleasure of working with. Understand that? And you know, it's just... Fuck the noise, man. You know what they're trying to do. You can't control the man, and he's got the biggest platform in the world right now. So that's my nigga, Joe Rogan. Fuck the noise.
Whoo-wee. Yikes, family. I just don't understand it, family. Really? Like this is where we at with it? This is really where we at with it, though? See, when I hear stuff like that, it just makes me think of stuff like this.
The government, it's the government, it's the government, the government, it's the government, it's the government, it's the government, the government. The government, it's the government, it's the government, the government, it's the government, it's the government, it's the government, the government, the government. The government, it's the government, it's the government, the government, it's the government, it's the government, it's the government, the government, the government. The government, it's the government, it's the government, the government.
Oh Lord! Oh man! I see people talking like that. Ah, man, Joe Rogan is just, man, lock the noise. Miss me. You ain't finna come over here. Well, I'm black. I can take this one. Slow your roll there. I'm the government. No. You don't speak for us, homie. This dude is from Nigeria. Like, you don't even speak for my community like that, player. What are you doing? Oh, well, I got this one. I just love Zaddy. And Zaddy ain't never been racist to me. Oh, I was in Africa. And man, we heard with our own ears. We don't need you to come up here co-signing this trash. My Lord. And see, that's the problem. That, like I said, when people doing that, they ain't nothing but this.
That nigga is guilty! Sir, settle down. You have to go deliberate. I don't need to deliberate. Hang that nigga now. I got the rope right here.
Every time I have always played the fool.
And always playing the fool.
Money.
And also...
No medicine. There'd be no mayonnaise. No medicine. There'd be no mayonnaise. No medicine. There'd be no mayonnaise. No medicine.
And also, I mean, the kind of people that cape for the Joe Rogans is like this.
You guys are not oppressed. You're lazy, that's all it is. Go get jobs, work. I am oppressed. The white people are oppressing me. Where are they to oppress you?
Now, y'all tell me if y'all can see much of a difference.
Let me take this one. Hold up. I'm black. I can take this one. Look.
Okay. What word?
No. There's a lot of cunts in this game. There's a lot of snakes in this game. I've been in this fight game since 2008. And Joe Rogan is one of the nicest, coolest, humble motherfuckers I've had the pleasure of working with. Understand that. And it's just, fuck the noise, man. You know what they're trying to do. You can't control the man, and he's got the biggest platform in the world right now. So that's my nigga, Joe Rogan. Fuck the noise.
It's the government, run to you niggas. Run. Run to you niggas. Run to you niggas. Run. Run to you niggas. Government. The government, it's the government, it's the government, the government, the government, it's the government, it's the government, it's the government, the government, the government. The government, it's the government, it's the government, the government, the government, it's the government, it's the government, it's the government, the government, the government. The government, it's the government, it's the government, the government, the government, it's the government, it's the government, it's the government, the government, the government. The government, it's the government, it's the government, the government, the government, it's the government, it's the government, it's the government, the government, the government. Run to you niggas, run, run to you niggas, run to you niggas, run, run to you niggas, government. The government, it's the government.
Oh man, y'all see the grooving gorilla? The grooving gorilla. That's actually what he calls himself. This dude right here literally calls himself the grooving gorilla. Believe it or not. The grooving gorilla. Are you serious? Oh my dude, come on, man. That's not gonna cut it, man. The church shoes and socks. For real though. Oh, let's see. There was another video. I thought I had this down here for y'all. So y'all have heard about the Jim Jones thing, and but what a lot of people might not have remembered is that when Jim Jones did his little stance against all the other black rappers for his overwhelming support of Gucci, he basically let it be known to all the other rappers that he wasn't going to stop wearing Gucci, and I ain't hard to find. You want some smoke? Okay then, Jim. I didn't know it was that serious for you to rock them white folks stuff like that, but all right. I mean, obviously it is. It's very important to you. You go in there and spend 39 racks or 29 racks and then shocked that the KKK didn't come out to greet you because you spent racks. Like, they already told you they didn't really care about black people, but you thought you were the special magic Negro, I guess. Hey, I'm on TV. I make records. Remember when Oprah was over in, England or Paris or France? Yeah, she was still just another nigga too. In the meantime, y'all be letting stuff like this go on. Chucks and pearls, Chucks and pearls, Chucks and pearls, Chucks and pearls, Chucks and pearls. Can we say appropriation? Appropriation is the word of the day. Yeah, one more time for just for good measure, so you can go to sleep and be certain what you saw. It wasn't a dream. Lord. Lord, sometimes you just got to be like this.
First was the controversial Reverend Jeremiah Wright.
I say America, America's mother, America's daddy, America can eat a dick, America can lick the balls.
Oh, man. Oh, Lord. So I hope that I got y'all to understand. And I know for the family here, y'all are very well already understood because we live this on a daily basis. This is reality, not a somebody's fictitious media story like they like to boil it down to. No, family, this is real. So what you guys have witnessed, especially for you outsiders, white privilege, American style is on full display. And we see all of you for what it is. And what I wanted to play tonight is go through the elements of where your privilege exists and where our privilege is nowhere near the same. So whatever you could tell yourself in your mind, this last little piece that I have just played for you with all of these different families and the police willfully looking to hide murders that they committed. And mind you, what you heard them identify all of these killings was as murder. And yes, wanting Joe Biden to do something more than catfish nuggets and a hymn and drug smoking kits. No, justice. And guess what else? While you're putting $9 million behind the capital B news media, this is the B one new black media space, and this ain't going to be contended with by people trying to reconcile some kind of trust that was never there to begin with in white mainstream media. No. 9 million to keep a dying apparatus afloat instead of conceding. Put your money in the bag because we got this bag. You'll go broke if you don't wanna put your money on us. I don't know how many times we're gonna have to show you, but you keep throwing money down the bottomless pit and all of them are losing. The truth can't be contended with, especially not by fraudulent liars who are only coming here to reconcile people back on the plantation. No, that time is up. The devil knows that he has more than he just has a little bit of a short time. So do you really want to be the one bringing him to your people at this moment and stage in the game? I would find somebody like that utterly insane. Because you clearly don't know how to read time and read the room and read the seasons. And you got to get the hell away from me before destruction rains down upon your head for whatever the hell else you done did in your life that's bringing ill karma back to you. You got to get away from me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. So pretty soon, man, I think the next time you see old Joe Biden, and the next time you see old Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, man, y'all thought I was playing the first time I showed you, man. It's gonna be like this.
Just moments away, a man that absolutely stunned fans throughout the world and the World Wrestling Federation when he entered as the #1 free agent in this great sport. Macho Man Randy Savage, my guest at this time. You shocked them once and twice with the big pronouncement that this lovely young lady to your right, Elizabeth, would act as your manager.
Boy, I stunned them, didn't I? I left them sitting on their ears, standing on their whatever, anything goes. Yeah.
By the way, Randy, if I just may interrupt here.
Ask me anything.
Elizabeth, I've got to compliment you on that. Just outstanding jewelry. That is very, very attractive on a very attractive lady, I might add.
Thank you very much. Wait a minute. I didn't tell you to talk, did I? Did I tell you to say anything? No, I told you to say nothing. Didn't I tell you that? And you said you're sorry right there. You said something else, man. Don't you understand?
Hey, what is this? I don't
Get
think
up.
Hey, what?
Get out of here. Just go on and sit over there. You understand that?
Randy Savage,
Man,
with all
I'm
due
telling you,
respect,
no,
that
that's-
is pretty tough.
No, it isn't. No, in fact, that's super low-key right there. That ain't nothing. That was real bad.
I don't want to get into
can't
anything else
understand
you
that.
might do.
You realize that I could have had the top managers in the country sitting in my corner? And you realize that I could have had all the beautiful women across the country sitting in my corner? In fact, I can't believe that. Can you believe that?
Well,
Isn't
if
that
I had my
unbelievable?
choice of her or Bobby
Sitting
Heenan.
in the corner of the Macho Man Randy Savage is quite an honor. I didn't ask you to do it, did I? No.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't. No. Nothing going. No.
Do you apologize to her later on?
No,
Or
I'm
is
not
it...
going to apologize at all. In fact, I'm going to have a discussion with her that's going to be real bad. Yeah. Going after the title of Hulk Hogan, Tito Santana, the Macho Man Randy Savage is the premier wrestler in the world today. And I'm going to go straighten out some business back over here. Yeah.
Apparently, she is deserving of an apology. Fans, stay tuned. We're going to be right back after this. I can't.
Man. Oh, man. You said, bro, you put on the armor tonight. Be one, have a good weekend. My dear. Thank you, Sugar Jones. Absolutely. We have fun here at the beatzillapdx official show. And we also, of course, talk seriously here because things that we're dealing with are absolutely serious. Of course, the most serious in nature is being the most obvious. Babylon is falling. Babylon is falling. Let it fall and let us rise. Yes, indeed. And that is how it has got to be. You dig? So once again, thank y'all for hanging out with me this evening on the weekly wrap up right here on a Friday night. You could be anywhere, but you have chose to give your time and share your time with this space, and I appreciate it, greatly appreciate it. I look at my watch hours, and as long as these broadcasts go, I really appreciate that y'all like ingest most of this stuff. So I mean, hey, I'm happy with it. Thank you so much. And more to come, more to come, more to come. So again, right now, as of now, and if anybody's watching the replay, if you want to be part of the chat and join the conversation here, B1 John Patterson, Silver Tulip, you can come on in. Just hit the subscribe button. Become a subscriber to this broadcast, and you too can enter into the mix of this chat. As you see, the chat stays lit, so you don't have to just be a spectator. You could be a participant too, you know? And so with that being said, family, you can follow me on Instagram, beatzillapdx. You can follow me on Twitter, beatzillapdx. You can follow me on Facebook, beatzillapdx, and on Patreon at beatzillapdx official. And then, of course, on Melanated People, Michael Beatzilla Whitmore. And then if you need to email me, you can do so at ourrealtruth@gmail.com. That's ourrealtruth@gmail.com. And if you feel so inclined to put some money in the bucket by way of donation, you can definitely do so at CashApp, $BeatZillaPDX. That is CashApp, $BeatZillaPDX. And then, of course, we also have PayPal, and that is Zilla Music. Actually, Zilla Muzak. So that is ZILLAMUZAK. And that's Zilla Music at PayPal. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with me this evening. It's been a pleasure hanging out with you and conversating with you this evening. I hope that you definitely felt these families that you got a chance to hear towards the end of the program. And, you know, just definitely feel that energy, because it's a different type of energy than we've had before. And I definitely can appreciate it. Shout out to Miralock family and all the families of the slain, the wrongfully slain by the police and by other white supremacists out here that have not been punished. As well as, you know, people within any wrongful death in our community needs to be dealt with and punished. But when we have people who are sworn in to protect, that is not ever going to be applicable to criminal on criminal behavior. Although white privilege would have you thinking so, it is not applicable in any stretch of the imagination. And to present it shows bad faith, lack of character, and no sense of togetherness. I guess that's why you are always the people who have division in your mouths when nobody's going your direction. So with that being said, over here, it's a Black First Space. This is B1, and we are all about the B1 family. So y'all have a blessed, wonderful, prosperous weekend. Peace, power, blessings, and protection up on all of you. And, you know, avoid the misfits, avoid the super Betamax males out here. You know, don't get caught up with fraudulent outlaws, you know, and definitely don't get screamed at by sock dancers. So with that being said, family, shalom.
When you know who Satan is,
Yes, sir.
you don't have to kill him. No. The stone of truth.
Yes.
See, that's what you throw.
Yes, sir. Right.
Allah says, had we wished to take a pastime from before, surely we would have done it. Nay, We cast truth at falsehood till we knock out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more. So wherever you are on the job, in the factory, I don't care where you are. If you know the truth, stand up on the truth and tell Satan, who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man, and you are from the enemy of God. So to hell with you. Stand up on it like a man.